no respect. Religion deserves no respect. It gives people a reason to discriminate against others, it allows for a divide, and it provides false hope and preys upon the weak. And this is the Godless Rebelution.
And that was Ryan Duffy.
That was a Ryan Duffy original.
Yeah, I get philosophical while drinking.
That's a nice quote. I like it.
Nice. I like to get philosophical while drinking and laying out in the backyard staring up at the stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
I just want to say I want to give a huzzah out to our Canadian and Thai listeners, and also the 3% of unknown around the world who tune into this show.
Those are the aliens.
Oh.
Well, I think we do have, I think I said one listener in Thailand.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's Wayne Talento.
Really?
He's a friend of ours on Facebook, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I may be wrong.
Talento.
Yeah, I may be wrong. But in any case,
cool.
He's a buddy of ours on Facebook, so...
Nice.
Hey, Wayne. How's it going? Thanks for listening.
I got a message from Greg Hawkins this morning, saying he wanted to know, his message basically just said, hey, I want to let you know that, the podcast is great, you guys are really entertaining, and if there's anything I can do to help support you guys, let me know. Huh. And I was like, sweet. Thanks for letting me know, man. Thanks for listening. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And I said, we're still kind of just feeling our way around and trying to get things nailed down before we start asking for any kind of support or anything. But I thought, cool. That's very nice.
That is cool.
It's nice. It's always nice to know that. I mean, I have a great fucking time down here with you guys, just bullshit and everything. But it's nice to know that other people think we're a little entertaining too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, especially words of encouragement to keep us doing what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I guess I might add Ben Rumsford to that as well, our friend in the UK.
Nice.
Okay. Is he the one that wants to come on sometime?
Yeah. Yeah. We now have Skype capabilities.
Well, not 100% yet. We're working on it.
We're working it out, but we now have the potential for...
Ryan bought a fancy new soundboard.
Yeah, I bought a new soundboard, and it's got a whole bunch of different settings I can do on it. So I'm going to be ordering the parts to hook into the computer Friday, because we're going on a Great Atheist Camp out this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! I'm so fucking excited for that, dude. That's one of my favorite things all year.
I kind of wish I could have gotten off work on Friday, but that was a no-go.
Yeah, I'm gonna head up early Friday to secure the best spot for my tent.
Speaking of this, we found out pre-podcast. I think you both know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Ryan looked at Dan and said, "What's the tree situation?"
He didn't even say situation. He said, well, so what's the tree situation?
Situation. What's the tree situation? And me and Dan were like, what? He's like, I sleep in the trees. What the fuck? It's a lot funnier, but he actually showed us some pretty sweet hammocks that he's got. So it makes a lot more sense now, but saying it the way he did was...
I sleep in the trees.
It was a little funny. Yeah.
I guess it came off weird.
Yeah, it did.
And then I finally show them a picture of the hammock I got, and they're like, "Oh,
okay, yeah, that's what did you call it? A badass or
badass hammock?
It's a badass hammock.
It's a badass hammock."
Well, and the funny thing is too, like the trees in Utah are maybe about, scrub oak are 6 to 12 feet, and Ryan's the tallest one of the three of us. So the image is just like him on this little twig, It was pretty funny.
The only place I can't use is out in the desert because
of course,
whatever that tree is out there that grows,
Joshua tree.
That's
not sage.
Cedar.
No, it's it looks more like it's a bushy. Really, the bark kind of just rubs right off of it, but they bend in the night.
Yeah, they're soft
They bend
woods.
in the night.
Yeah, I sat up in it once,
night.
and I'm like, oh, this is nice and tight. I woke up and my ass hitting the ground.
That sounds like a Billy Joel song. They bend in the night. I don't know why. They have cedar out there though.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think.
Cedar's a really soft wood. I don't know what else is out there.
It'll come to me later. We'll be talking, and I'll just yell out some tree name. And
all right, yeah.
Quaker.
Oh, you're talking about aspens? That's not in the desert.
No, that's not.
No,
that's way in the mountains.
Yeah,
that's a really
some desert
high
tree.
There's some trees where we're camping though. When I was looking at the pictures, it looks like some aspens and pines and shit like that.
That's why when I'd seen the original photos of the group camp out like last year, I'm like, oh, there's plenty of trees around there. I just hope it's allowed for me to just jump in one.
Oh, well, and we pick a different spot every year.
Okay.
Or we have, traditionally, for the last 3 campouts that we've had, and then this will be the 4th. Yeah, this will be the 4th. And very excited about it. Last year, I think, was the best one we've had so far. They seem to get progressively better.
This looks like Ryan's fucking...
There's been...
That would hurt.
For the podcast listeners. That was not a good joke for you guys.
Ryan has a huge vapor... Ryan has a huge vaporizer.
It's normal size to me.
No, it's large and spaceshipy. We have a can opener, and it's
same color,
vaguely, similar to what he's holding. So that was the joke there. But
pretty exciting stuff for those people listening.
Moving on.
Yeah. So someday we'll videotape with some of these and put them up.
Yeah, we'll have some video casts.
Yeah, well, I'm excited for the new soundboard and
that's sweet
testing stuff out. We were fucking around with the voices and shit. And
oh man, there's some awesome ones. There's some great settings.
The Lollipop Guild
we got
one.
The Lollipop
really
Guild
good.
one. We've got the God/Satan voice.
Which, if you want to hear Dan laugh as Satan,
we should call it the God Satan, right? Because it's the God voice. Did you do it?
Oh, yeah. Dan was just laughing as
All right, so there's that.
Nice.
God, hopefully.
I think Matt's laugh was the best one on that because he.
Well, but you didn't hear your own.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
No,
it's weird to hear your own voice.
But yours was that.
Yeah. It's a little.
Nice. So we did getting to know Ryan a little bit last week.
Yeah,
that was fun, and we should do getting to know Matt this week.
And Dan next week.
Everyone knows Dan, but we'll get to know Dan better, maybe. I don't know.
Sure. Maybe.
But we got a guest coming on next week, too.
Yes.
Is it for sure next week?
Yeah, well, I would say it's 90%. I haven't heard back from her, definitely confirming it. Okay. So we wanted to have her this week, but we weren't able to give her enough notice so that she could get the time off work, or that it would have been difficult for her. So next week, hopefully, we will have Sarah Davidson, the current president of Atheists of Utah, on. The week after that will be our live show at the Whitefields Education Center place thing that we did the same thing last month. And we'll have Reverend Connie Anast with us.
Which will be a good show.
It should be good. Yeah, Connie was raised Greek Orthodox and is a lesbian, so... That and I went to homecoming at Slick with her way back in the day,
also
many years ago.
The two of you go back pretty far, then.
Yeah. Okay. She was friends with my mom way back in the day, and that's a whole long story. We can probably talk to her about a little bit.
That'd be a good one for that.
And then the following week, I believe we will have Mr. Bob Henline on the show with us. Many of you listening probably know Bob Henline. He's an editor and writer for Q Salt Lake and was recently voted onto the board for Atheists of Utah and is serving as communications director for Atheists of Utah. Mm-hmm. So that should be a lot of fun. Bob's a very effervescent, fiery, affable. I like Bob.
Yeah,
Bob's a good dude.
Bob's good.
Yeah, I see him on the comment boards quite a bit on Facebook.
Yeah.
So
he and his brother are difficult to miss at parties.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like Ken a lot too. He's a good guy.
Interesting fellow. Yeah, good couple there.
So getting to know Matt.
Sure.
From what I understand, so I know that you went on a mission, right?
Nope.
No, you didn't go on a mission, but you were married in the temple.
Yeah. How do you get married in the temple without going on a mission?
This is an LDS temple.
Yes. You don't have to go on a mission to go.
I thought you had I guess I'm just so used to people going on their mission, getting back, and getting married.
It makes it basically gives you a little bit more leeway. It makes it a little easier for you, maybe, in going through your reviews and seeking your temple record.
Yeah, in the sense that you'd be, considered temple ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I had a kid when I was 19, so that's the age that it was when I was that age. Now it's 18, but it used to be 19. So, you can't go on a mission if you have children. So, I wasn't ready anyway. I mean, I wouldn't. I don't think I would have gone anyway. But
yeah. So is your family LDS then?
Depends on what you mean by that. My parents?
Yes. were you raised LDS?
It's still tricky. My parents are both converts, but neither of them are really very active ever.
Converts, like at what age did they convert?
My mom, I think, must have been 20-something, mid-20s probably.
So did she drag your dad into it, or?
Yeah, more or less. He was raised sort of nothing.
I swear there's some secret Mormon women's group where they tell them to go out and recruit. Like, bring men with you.
It's sex, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, guys that are interested in having a long relationship with a woman you're gonna do some things that, they may not have come to on their own. I mean, that's,
Yeah, well, like, after I stopped attending church when I was young, the only reason that I have gone back to church since has been for weddings, funerals, and because I was dating some woman who wanted to take me to church. And me being the dumb guy who was like, I like her a lot, and she's really cute. I'm going to go to church with her to make her happy.
Well, I think that's a large part of it. But I mean, he wasn't, like, my father wasn't raised atheistic or anything like that. It was just not. There was nothing.
No big religious influence.
There was just nothing. You know what I mean? So he was sort of neutral on the whole thing, and.
So he was raised apatheist, or just
more or less,
non-religious?
Yeah, pretty much. Small town in Mass.
So your mom converted. Did she convert from was she religious?
Presbyterianism, and I think there were Methodists before that, and so on. I mean, they'd moved around a whole bunch and
trying them all out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Kind of the classic. The missionaries came and told them everything. They always had to give them the answers to all the questions they've ever had, and it made sense to them, and so on. And
they've got a pretty good sales pitch.
Yeah, they do. Well, and so, like, my mother's father was in the Army Air Corps, and so they moved around a lot. And once he retired from the Army Air Corps as a pilot, he worked for the FAA and was the guy who, like, I can't even think of the word, but he would go to crash sites and determine what the cause.
Like an investigator.
Yeah, he was an investigator for the FAA. Yeah, so they moved around a lot, but one of the places they ended up in was in Mass when she was in elementary school, and she and my dad went to elementary school together, and then she moved away and this and that. But they ended up retiring in Springville here in Utah, and my dad continued out in Mass. But then he ended up going on a road trip with one of his buddies to L.A., and they stopped here in Salt Lake and stayed with my mom's family, who my dad's buddy knew, if that makes any sense. And so they kind of, like, got back to, they hooked up again, like, oh, hey, yeah, I remember you from whatever. And then it was like this special moment kind of thing. And so that's sort of what started the whole thing. And of course she was
Could it be destiny?
Yeah, right.
Is it written in the stars?
Yes. So, yes. So that's... That, and yeah, I mean, ultimately that's basically what it was, I mean, I'm not saying seriously, but I'm saying in the comic way you're saying it is kind of how they took it. To me it sounds sort of blech, but
gross.
Yeah, but not just because it's my parents, but I mean, I do that with any of those kind of stupid love stories. But
yeah, how serendipitous.
Yeah, so he's coming from a neutral background, and she was already Mormon, so there was like, oh yeah, that was, whatever. So he went back. He finished going to L.A., then he decided, I'm going to go back. So that's how that happened. He went back to Salt Lake, and they
So did your parents ever do any missionary type stuff at all with the LDS Church?
They never even fucking went to church.
Yeah. So you were tangentially aware of many of the church's teachings?
Well, I was actually, I was actually pretty aware of it. Like, I got kind of into it for a little while. So, I mean, I'm not super naive about Mormon doctrine and all that stuff, but like you said, I went on a mission.
No, you didn't go on a mission.
Well, yeah. No,
but you did get married in the temple, which is still a big thing in the LDS.
Yeah, sure.
Religion.
And this for the same reason why my dad became a Mormon, for a girl.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, I started having, they raised us under the doctrine and stuff like that, but I mean, I started having questions when I was 10 or 11, 12, I remember having deep discussions about dinosaurs and stuff like that with my dad. Like, how does that work out, and, just things like that don't make sense, that there aren't answers for, and so.
Yeah.
But I sort of went along. I never really realized that no God was an option.
Yeah.
I was dumb until I was about 27 or 28.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the same for a lot of people who, they grow up with religion and being steeped in religion their entire life. They don't, it's inconceivable or not even a thought in their mind that there could be such a thing as not believing in a God.
Yeah,
right.
It's that you have to be one religion or another. How can you not be? Like Ryan last week talking about the guy in Iraq who asked him if he was a Christian.
Right.
So
I feel like, ask me something. This is boring as shit.
So you got married in the temple. You say your ex obviously then was active in the church. Mm-hmm. She TBM. True believing Mormon.
Okay,
Did you not know what a TBM is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So you didn't, or you did?
We'll come back to that. Actually, no, we won't do it. We won't do it on the podcast. But she's kind of an interesting story. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, we have a 13-year-old together.
Yeah.
She wasn't when I met her when we were teenagers.
Yeah.
And then she was. And then she wasn't. And now she is again. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to stick this time. It seems like. I mean,
third time's a charm.
She's pretty adamant about it, maybe more than ever. Maybe.
Well, in the times that she wasn't super active in the church, obviously she wasn't leaning more atheist, right? It was just
it's
she wasn't
because
following
she
the
was
church's teaching. She wanted to do whatever she wanted.
Yeah, it was because she was on heroin and sleeping around and that kind of thing. So
Ooh. Well, then
we'll air that out.
Well,
yeah, no, I mean, and let's make a joke. This is getting heavy.
So you get married in the temple, and how long were you together after you got married in the temple?
Oh Jesus, I got to think about that. Let's see, maybe another year and a half.
Yeah,
2 years, maybe at the most.
Yeah.
It was from 18 to 24, the total marriage.
Okay.
So not super long. Or
No, and neither of us ready for it either.
Oh yeah, I don't think anybody's
had a kid,
really.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think anybody's really ready for it at that age.
Oh fuck no!
Well, you see it a lot in the military.
God, I'm not ready for it now. I'm 32.
People get married to the high school sweethearts and then jumping around different bases, and all of a sudden they're divorced.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, I keep telling my kids that I want them to, they both pretty much have sworn off ever having kids of their own.
Yeah.
And, may or may not ever be married. I don't know. But, if they do, I keep trying to stress, don't follow in my footsteps. Get your schooling done first. Get your degree, get a good job, sort out your life and make sure you're stable and then ready to have a family.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Don't be a burden on anybody else.
Right. And I think
don't fuck up like I did.
Right. And it's kind of a weird. I have this thought a lot. I'm 32. I'm a man. I'm not a middle-aged man. I'm not a young man. I'm just but.
You're a bro.
I'm just saying. But if you go back a few hundred years. or a couple of few thousand years. Yeah, I mean, I'd be at life expectancy, or a village elder.
Yeah.
But my view at this point is, I'm not really in any way excited to have kids. I mean, for a lot of reasons. I mean, one is the population of the world and the resources available, and it's just selfish. But two, I'm a man, so I don't have those instincts either. You know what I mean? Like women have that drive; they want to have their own thing, and and so there's kind of this weird combination of but I think if I would have waited, I would never have. I don't think I would ever have had kids.
Yeah,
but what jokes do you guys have?
Yes. Well, it's rough. I had a vasectomy after my daughter was born.
Oh, good for you, man.
Because I thought, my ex and I knew that we wanted to, two and we're out.
Yeah.
And so, I had a vasectomy, and then we split, and then I was dating everything after we split. And shit, we split in a long time ago, more than 10 years ago. So I was, 30 years old. And I can remember thinking back at the time, like, fuck, I don't want to get married again and have more kids and a whole separate other family. And that just, that's never been appealing to me. And then a lot of it is that I'm kind of selfish. Like, I don't want to have more, now I'm 40, and even if I could have kids, I don't think I would, just because, I'm done. My kids are, my son will be 21 this year, my daughter will be 18 18 in January.
It's too much like starting over.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be almost 60 by the time the child.
Who the fuck wants to do that? I'm like, my kids are almost out of the house now.
And that's a fear of mine, too. I mean, like, my parents were 35 and 36 when I was born. And my dad's dad was 42 when he was born. And that's just way too old. You know what I mean?
I can't imagine having a 5-year-old running around the house right now.
When you're, when you're 47, like my grandfather.
Yeah.
He had a 5-year-old when he was 47.
Jesus.
In 1952.
That's a whole bucket of nope.
Good job. Yeah, no. So ask me interesting questions.
It's kind of like, I saw a video where it's like one of President Garfield's kids is still, or McKinley, one of those guys, his kids is still, great-grandchild is running around. Like, how does that work? He was president 150 years ago. He's like, well, if you knew anything about my grandfather, he was kind of a...
Jeez, man.
He was a philanderer.
It wasn't McKinley.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been McKinley, because he got killed. But.
So did Garfield. It was one of the 1800s president. It was about 150, 160 years ago. And he's like, well, it's like when he was president, he had gotten divorced after getting out of office, and he had a kid when he was like 70.
Gee,
and then,
good Lord.
Then that guy had a kid when he was in his 70s, and that was this guy's father. And now this guy's in his 60s or 70s.
Jesus,
that's just gross.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
So, back to you. We need to get to know Matt a little bit.
Well, how long has this been? If you're still listening,
it's been
Jesus
10
Christ,
it's not been that long. So
it's been that long.
So you get married in the temple, you get divorced.
Yeah.
When you got divorced, I'm guessing you weren't very religious, or were you?
I moved away a bit. Well, I don't even know if I should say this.
Well, and if there's some things you don't want to talk about, that's fine. But
the one thing that
Matt's
really
a very private person.
Well, I don't know who's listening. No, but the one thing that really stands out to me about the time around when I got divorced was there was a friend of mine that was sleeping over at my condo when I wasn't there, kind of thing going on. She's married to him now. But there was a little difficult period with that. And there was one point I remember she noticed that I'd taken my Jesus jammies off.
Uh-oh.
And she made sure to point that out to me. And I sort of didn't hesitate, and I looked right at her, and I'm like, really? Did you take yours off, or did you just pull them down when you fucked Jared?
Ooh. Ouch.
And that sort of settled that. And after that, I never put them back on. I mean, they went in my trunk, and they're really soft. So they're, like I've said before, they're great for
dusting,
polishing the car. I've used them for that quite a bit and stuff like that. But yeah, and I kind of played hokey pokey with the whole religion thing, for a while, 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of thing. And then I just realized, at one point, I think when I was about 27, 28, I was just like, maybe all of this is kind of bullshit,
Yeah.
And started thinking about it that way. And that it happened fast, but it was really intense, few weeks of really like trying to process what that would all mean and everything. And then I would kind of take a break and just sort of think about things and like, holy shit, and but it was a major shift for sure. But everything else made sense after I was like, yeah, I mean, that's totally
Oh yeah, you break
That's-
down those cognitive barriers.
Yeah, and everything else sort of just fell into place, and so I feel a lot more stable, a lot more comfortable.
You don't have to perform all of the mental gymnastics to
Right,
make the world around you work.
And when shit goes bad, I don't have to try to figure out how to explain why a good God would let that happen. Instead, it's just
Or feel bad, like what did I do to deserve
that,
this?
Yeah, exactly. Or that it's just that's the way shit is, and some people struggle more than others, and that's kind of the way that life works on Earth and stuff. And so I feel like this is a really heavy episode. And
well, what got you thinking, like on your road to atheism? That made the difference.
Well, yeah, because everybody gets the question,
Sure.
What was it that did it for you?
The turning point.
Was there a tipping point?
Yeah.
Was there anything? And for most people, I mean, there are very few people I know who can point to one specific thing and say, this was it. This was the straw that broke the camel's back, or this was the thing that got me thinking about it.
Yep, I'll do both. It was a long road from 12 to 28 of thinking about things like geologic timescales, the size of the universe, quantum physics, dinosaurs, all that stuff that religion doesn't even make a fucking attempt at.
Yeah.
Right. And trying to figure out how all that stuff works, always having those lingering questions, never really getting the faith angle, or prayer. That clearly doesn't work.
Yeah.
It clearly does not work. And I've told my son this before. All right, fine. Ask for a unicorn tomorrow. Okay? It does not fucking work, right? So I knew that the whole time.
God always answers your prayers, but sometimes the answer is no.
Sure, okay, fine. Fuck him then, right? So I'm saying, I always had this issue. Like sometimes I would, stuff would happen and I'd just be like, I still believed in God, but I would say, fuck you, God. You're a piece of shit, whatever. And I'd have these weird issues. And so I'd always had that. But so there was this long string of stuff, just like every atheist will sell you. But there was a moment too. And I did a little bit of research on Joseph Smith and kind of the history of the Mormon Church and everything, and somehow that led me to some Hitchens stuff.
Yeah.
And I watched one Hitchens video on YouTube, and I watched maybe like 5 minutes of it, and then paused it, and I got up and walked out of the house. And I just walked outside, and I was looking around, and I was just like, holy shit, that might be right. And I had to process, that's what I mean. I had to process some of that for a while and just be like, holy shit, is this really I was in Minnesota at the time. And, I'd take a while, I'd smoke a cigarette, whatever. And I'd go back in and then I'd watch a little bit more. And then I found Dawkins and Harris and Dillahunty. And all of a sudden I'm just like, holy shit, this is for real. This makes sense with all of the other questions I've had for 15 years.
This is the one thing that actually answers the questions that I've had.
Or at least says there's room for these questions.
Yeah.
Or we'll find an answer. We'll look for an answer.
Right. There's room for those questions.
Yeah.
We may not have answers, but so anyway, I mean, that was really it. I mean, and at that point, then I was just like, that's it. I'm over. I'm done. I'm an atheist.
So do you remember which Hitchens video it was?
No.
Well, that was anticlimactic. But anyway.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to give you a good answer there, but I don't remember which one.
There's so many good ones, though.
Oh, and I've seen so many of them since too. That I don't know, and so many times I don't. But yeah, he's got to be my favorite. I mean,
I think it's close to almost everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
Sure. But I mean, personally for that reason too, and I love Harris too because he's so precise. But Hitchens was kind of. It was interesting the way he
didn't hold back.
Yeah, but at the same time, he would use a scalpel and then hit you with a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
But
he seemed to have an innate sense for knowing exactly when to be a sledgehammer and when to be a scalpel.
Exactly.
He could take somebody's flippant comment, like the rabbi in one of the videos I've seen where he's debating a rabbi, and the rabbi says, "Oh, my son was circumcised at his bris, and it was no big deal or whatever." He made some flippant comment about it, and Hitchens just fucking laid into him like, "I can't believe that you would sit here and make a joke of genital mutilating of mutilating the genitals of your young son. That's not funny. That's not something to make a joke about."
Was that David Wolpe?
I can't remember.
plus the spread of herpes and other STDs
yeah.
from rabbis doing it by mouth, which is just
All right,
let's
let's not kill this show with all about me. So
no, but I know for me, when I first saw Hitchens,
boring and
I was kind of like,
well, you seem to be a very private person, like.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Like, it's funny because I don't have any issues public speaking or, being on the mic here or anything like that. But, the most common adjectives I get are cold, distant, sterile, unemotional, unavailable, those kinds of things. So
you don't talk about sleeping in trees and stuff.
Well, and I wouldn't say that. I would say, I wouldn't say you're cold or unemotional or anything. It seems like you just seem to be a very private person, and you don't necessarily like to talk about yourself very much.
Well, sure.
And I get that.
And I think some of that's the New England thing, and I have Quaker ancestors, a lot of that came down, and, like in Mass, it's just, it's like the moving here was a big adjustment, you know what I mean? Because everybody is so out. I mean, you see, you get what you see, it's what it is, everyone's just all, and in Mass, it's not, New England, it's not like that, it's just not like that at all. I mean, I'm a fucking stage clown compared to my dad, I mean, that guy's a steel box, but I mean, it's just how it is. I mean, and nobody cares. So you don't talk about it. Nobody wants to hear that shit. We don't want to fucking hear that. What are you talking about? No, you just fucking shut up.
Stop bitching, you pussy.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, yeah, go fuck yourself. Yeah, you big fucking baby. All right, shut up now.
So it was, you say 30 or 32, or no, 20, what age?
Yeah, 28.
At what age did you finally say,
27,
okay,
26,
I'm an atheist?
27, 28, I think, is when I really, I'll see, 32, 4. Yeah, 27, I guess. Probably something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when I finally sort of accepted the label, I guess. I mean, it didn't take me long. It wasn't like it was a hard thing. It was just like, oh, that's what that is. Yep, that's what I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't, and then it was like, bam, I was just on the phone with both my sisters, like, holy shit, like, this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
And both of them were already like, yeah, where the fuck have you been? I mean, at least my older sister was always kind of whatever about it, but like my younger sister was kind of like me, but like a little less. Like I would get into it and like really, like obviously I went to the temple, but like my little sister kind of just sort of was really mild, like kind of played the line a little bit, and then I showed her all that stuff, Dillahunty and Hitchens and all that, and she kind of watched it, and then she would text me about stuff, and I'd be like, oh yeah, this and whatever, and then it wasn't too long, and she's like, yeah, that's right, fuck that or whatever. And then her husband too, he's like, yeah, yep, so, yeah, I mean, we all pretty much, so.
And and I'm guessing your parents are aware that you're an atheist.
Yeah, they are. I've talked to them plenty about it. Well, yeah, I mean, I just told them straight up, and I was like, okay, so here's the deal, I'm an atheist. And I did that separately with each of them in different conversations. And we've had a lot of talk since then, about it and also avoiding it in some senses. But a lot of that's just because of the, it's uncomfortable, right? And they were raised in the era where you don't talk about religion because it's rude or uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Right. And the reason why it's rude is because you force somebody to say something that's going to embarrass them.
Yeah.
That's what I've come to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you want to talk about religion, the reason why it's rude is because you're making somebody say something that's fucking embarrassing for them. They're going to have to defend something that's humiliating, and that's rude. See? Yes, that's what it is. And so
I guess I'd never really thought about that.
Yeah.
It pretty much is. Like,
that's what it is.
They're going to have to try to defend an indefensible position.
Yes, and you're forcing them to do it.
Yeah.
In public, and so that's what's rude about that.
That's rude. You shouldn't do that to people.
Yeah, you shouldn't make them have to embarrass themselves for being fucking idiots. And so that's kind of the attitude my parents had, and it took them a long time to sort of. I just sort of went. It was kind of that new atheist vigor, and I kind of I would talk shit about Islam and Christianity and all kinds of stuff. I was respectful enough to sort of skirt around Mormonism a little bit. But I'd take my digs here and there. But, they were happy to hear about, about Muslim atrocities and all that. So I would just go wherever they'd kind of let me. And
isn't that funny?
I know.
Everybody of any religion is always talking about how crazy that other people are.
Yeah.
Other religions are so fucking strange and weird and fucked up and stupid.
And violent and nasty. And
my religion is great. Everybody else's is fucking weird and dumb.
See, I guess I never had to have that talk with my parents saying, hey, I'm an atheist. Because it was like, it'd be like, okay, what's that?
And
right.
Your point is, like, we don't believe in gods either. So
Yeah. So, that's...
I did find this...
kind of it.
I don't know if it'll play.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. No, thank you guys.
That was getting to know Matt
a
little bit better.
Oh, man. Can we fucking cut this in post?
Well, I could, but I got to work tomorrow, so I'm just going to post it when I get home.
We're going bareback.
Okay. Fair enough.
What are you doing on your phone there, Ryan?
I was trying to get this CNN thing to come up, but like cell service is poor right here.
Have I ever given you the password for the Wi-Fi?
No.
Oh, I got to do that.
Maybe not over there.
Well,
but I'll get it. It's probably slowly loading. I just didn't want it to like pause in the end. I was gonna play this right now. It's about 1:35. SE Cup is on CNN.
I don't like her.
Either do I.
She really, really bothers me.
Same here. And these comments she made are bothering me too, because she claims to be a conservative atheist. And it's how our conservative atheists are better than liberal atheists.
God damn it. God damn it. Fuck everything about her. I still fuck. I don't like her. I don't want to play the No True Scotsman game. Well, fuck it, I'll do it. She's not an atheist.
No.
And from everything I've fucking seen of her, she plays the atheist card to say, well, I don't have it. And she's said it. I don't know how many times I've heard her say, well, as an atheist, I can say this because I don't have a dog in this fight.
But she always defends the religious side.
Yeah, she always fucking defends. Like, she has said that she would never vote for an atheist president. She would, because if they don't believe in God, how can I trust them? Have you fucking thought about this for a second? Like, you just said, how the fuck could anybody ever trust a word that's coming out of your goddamn mouth? Out of your fucking cake hole? How could anybody trust anything you say if you don't believe in a fucking God? You stupid fucking waste of a person.
I don't even think you need to go to the No True Scotsman fallacy with her, because it's a Fox News atheist. I mean,
it's CNN.
Oh, is it CNN?
Well, she was on Fox, and then she was on MSNBC for a little while.
Crossfire on CNN is what the show she's on now.
Fair enough. She's a cable news atheist, right? Which already is a cartoon
I don't even
character.
think she's an atheist.
And her name is a C cup.
I know. That's why I was like, when I first started watching with her on there, I'm like, did they say C cup?
A C cup.
Oh,
a C cup.
S-E cup.
No.
Yeah.
It's a C cup. Yeah. She's.
So what I see happening with SE Cup is that she's playing this atheist card to get sound bites and to get airtime and to get attention and
to look like they're representing both sides.
Yeah, she plays it up.
Yeah.
So should I play it or not?
Oh, sure, yeah. Well, for the longest time, I've always thought, okay, there's going to come a time when SE Cup is going to try to parlay this into coming out and saying, I was an atheist, but I was wrong. And now I'm no longer atheist. I'm a Christian. And now I'm running for whatever fucking office. Right. Fuck that lady.
Yeah, so it's 1:35 seconds.
All right.
Yeah, do it.
Try not to blow up.
Good.
We'll see how this sounds. It's the first time trying this.
I don't know. I don't believe in God, but I'm not mad at him. I became an atheist because I'm not a joiner. I didn't want to be part of a club or a group. It seems like there's this idea perpetuated by atheists that atheists are somehow disenfranchised or left out of the political process. And I don't find that to be the case. I think, in fact, atheists have grown more vocal over the past decade or two than ever before. In fact, in many ways, atheists act like a religious body unto themselves. There's another myth that conservatism is somehow hostile to atheism. I also don't find that to be the case. I'm a conservative atheist. I felt very welcome by this party. In fact, I'd go so far as to say conservatism is far more intellectually honest and respectful of atheism than liberalism has been. For conservatives, atheism is something that is tolerated, respected. We appreciate an intellectual diversity. Most conservative atheists I know, including myself, have a really healthy respect for the role of religion in society and in this country in particular. And in contrast, on the left, it seems as though there is this knee-jerk embrace of what is more like a militant hostility, a reaction against intellectual diversity. It's exclusionary. Bill Maher thinks 95% of the world has a neurological disorder. I don't think you'd find that on the right. And for that reason, I'll say it. I think our atheists are better than yours.
Was that all of it?
That was all of it. That was, you were ready to blow the fuck up sitting there.
It was so hard to not.
Oh my
cut
God.
into so many fucking things. That
Every
she was saying.
fucking thing she said was bullshit. You know what the thing is? I mean,
I watched it this morning. I'm like, what the fuck did you just say?
she's trying to make money. That's what she's trying to do. She doesn't care about the movement at all.
Conservatives really respect intellectuals more than liberals?
How many?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
How many conservative politicians have called atheists like the new KKK or undeserving to be in this country?
Well, and how many of them have said, those intellectual types? Fucking conservatives are all about anti-intellectualism.
Yes.
Don't fucking tell me that they're more willing to accept and embrace intellectuals. That's fucking bullshit.
Or how about that she hasn't found it to be the case that atheists are left out of politics in this country?
well, then she's just fucking stupid.
Yeah, and wrong.
How many atheists are serving in political office versus Christians?
Open atheists?
Versus even Muslims here in the fucking United States.
Yeah.
I can't name one.
There
was one that came up, but he was...
Was
he a senator?
There are a few. There's the guy. I feel bad that I can't remember his name.
There's one in.
But he's a politician who came and spoke at the American Atheist Convention.
Is he the guy from Nebraska?
I doubt it.
Remember.
I doubt it from Nebraska. But
I mean, it's Nebraska.
I feel terrible that I can't. I can picture his face, but I can't think of what his name is or where he's from.
There's also others that are suspected, like Barney Frank. Maybe.
Barney Frank has come out and said he's an atheist.
Okay, and Al.
But
Frank,
he's no longer in office either.
Okay, and Al Franken is probably pretty likely a non-believer, and it's not even clear about Obama. His mother was a non-believer.
He says he's a Christian.
He says that, but not.
I would guess some of that is pandering. I don't think
he's not really clear about it. I mean, he doesn't. What kind? He doesn't ever. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. There's a lot of.
I think he plays the politics of it.
Well,
I don't know
okay, but fair enough. Yeah. But when you have a politician who is a real Christian, there's no doubting what they fucking are.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. There's ambiguity with when it comes to Obama's religious persuasion. Like when you talk about Ted Cruz or George W. or there's no fucking doubt.
Rick Santorum.
Yeah, any of those fucking guys.
Here you got
Sarah Palin, Michelle Bachmann. There's no doubt.
Ernie Chambers from Nebraska is the first.
Oh, it is Nebraska. Wow.
Openly atheist sitting on a Senate seat right now. He's the one who's been trying to pass all the laws saying
fuck, good luck
get
to
rid
you,
of religion in the schools to,
Jesus.
Science and everything.
And a black guy.
And he's black.
He's
in
black?
Nebraska, and he's an atheist.
No shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But, that's not who came to the convention.
Okay.
And I feel awful that I can't remember his name. I can picture him, talk to him.
There was a lot of people there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, very, very, very few atheist politicians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another one who was elected to like a county seat, and everybody was up in arms about it. And I'm friends with him on Facebook, and fuck me, I can't remember his name either.
Good thing you brought him up. Anyway, so
because he's this is one I'd actually heard about. This is on Richard Dawkins' site, where was trying to force churches to pay property taxes in Nebraska to pass a bill for that.
Yes.
And I want to say, I remember when he was running openly atheist.
Nice.
Well, good for you. Go, man.
I'm fairly certain Nebraska isn't that.
No, Nebraska doesn't seem like a bastion of liberal thought.
Nebraska is one of the more oppressively conservative religious right states in the country.
Yeah, it says he won easily in 2012. He was in office in 2008, and he began his career in 1970. Making him the longest-serving state senator in history.
How does a black atheist win office in
1970.
Nebraska in 1970.
At the age of 38.
Well, and I would even say here locally, I would guess that Jim Debacus is an atheist.
Yeah.
But,
Well, okay, so that's more like the Obama feel,
yeah.
where it's a little ambiguous. You know, you're not sure. They don't come out and say it, but you kind of, based on the way they talk and what they, you know, you kind of think maybe they might. Well, you know, and Obama's mother was a non-believer,
Right.
so you know, there's influence there too. But I mean, yeah, I would say.
But his dad was a Muslim and he was born in Kenya, so.
Oh. See, I don't see how states are allowed to have, because I can't remember the number. There's a good number of states that have it written in their constitution that you have to be religious.
I think it's 15.
They have it.
12 or 15
I mean, but
states.
all that's irrelevant, though.
And they're all blue laws, basically.
They are,
just
but I mean,
stuff
they're
that-
not. I mean, they're on the books, but they're not. They can't be.
But how can they
enforced.
be on the books?
Well, so because they make amendments to it, they ratify it, and it's easier to make an
They
amendment.
do,
than
but
it
you're
is
not allowed
take-
to make a law that supersedes the United States Constitution. So if the United States
I see
Constitution
what you
says
mean.
there shall be no law
Yeah. I see what you mean.
forcing you to take a religious test to have office. How
were
are they able
those
to pass
ever
that? 'Cause
passed?
it's against the
Well,
Constitution.
because you had religious people in power.
Yeah, we're thinking, we let it slide.
Yeah, I mean, guys like McCarthy.
Oh, McCarthy was horrible. And he was from fucking Wisconsin.
Was he?
Oh, yeah. People,
Jesus Christ, man.
His headstone
Fucking-
was stolen.
So we got
People used to
Dahmer,
go there to take
Gein,
a-
and McCarthy.
killers.
and the Red Scare, yeah.
And Duffy, who will...
I was told as a child, people used to go to his gravesite to take a dump on it.
McCarthy?
Oh, God.
I would probably do that.
Then his headstone got stolen.
Yeah, I bet.
Well, I don't think I would steal his headstone because
No.
I just wouldn't fucking want it.
It'd be heavy, too. I couldn't run that
Well,
far.
I had heard
think.
rumors that they had busted it up in chunks and were selling it on eBay.
Oh, and the Slender Man story was
That was from
as well.
Wisconsin, too.
Jesus, what is wrong with you people?
Bad weed.
I went with the you people on that one.
Yeah, you did. That's a no-no. That is a no-no.
So, Matt, have created some games for us to play.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I have. I have some games.
The much anticipated games that were mentioned last week.
I hope so.
Do you want the voice of God?
Sure.
Uh-oh.
Well, let me describe it first.
Okay.
So, I'm working on like maybe a half a dozen games or so, mostly geared toward having the three of us and a guest.
Yeah.
The games I have today, there's two of them that I have that are ready. It's actually a little more difficult than
You
I
can
thought it
play
would
at
be
home.
to develop a new game. You can play at home. And it will be a head-to-head, Dan versus Ryan, because I obviously will have the answers this week and won't be able to participate.
Yeah,
But next week, we'll have some more that I and our guests will be able
Okay.
to play in. But just kind of a little warm-up.
How can you play if you got the answers sitting
Nope,
there?
because they're set up differently.
Okay.
These two games I can't participate in because
Okay.
I have, but the other games will be formatted differently so that everybody will be able to
Okay.
participate. It'll just be-
Okay.
yeah. So
I'm even more excited for those ones.
let's. All right, let's start off simple here. We'll just play a simple game called. It's called Bible, Book of Mormon, or Quran, and I'll read a passage, and Dan and Ryan will
Try to guess which one it came from.
they'll get to guess which book this is from of the three.
Bible, Book of Mormon, or Quran?
Right.
Are you going to read the chapter title to us?
I will read the verse to you guys, and I will use God in I've replaced the word Lord, Jesus, and Allah, and I will only be using God so that I won't be giving away
Heavenly Father?
And Heavenly Father. It's only
Okay.
God, so that it won't be given away which book this is from. We won't be using points in these games. We will be awarding noodles in honor of the flying spaghetti monster.
Yay! Nobody
Nice.
gets meatball.
I like noodles.
Right.
So the problem I can see before we begin, just to cover my own ass when I lose horribly,
Don't worry.
is that separating the Book of Mormon from the Bible is sometimes a task. Like Joseph Smith ripped off so
Yep.
much shit
Plagiarized.
straight from the Bible.
and same with the Quran.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got these worded very specifically.
Okay.
So the content will probably be similar throughout 2 or 3 of the books, but the wording will be specific to one book. And there's 2 noodles available for the person who can name not only the book, but the not only the book it's contained in, but
The verse and chapter?
but the
Chapter and verse?
Not even that specific, but the book of the Bible or the Book of Mormon or the Quran
Oh, okay.
that it's in.
Like if
Right.
it's Nephi, or if it's Book of Mormon, it would be if it's in
Right.
Mormon or Nephi,
Or if it was in like 2 Timothy
Okay.
of the Bible, then you could get 2 noodles for that.
I'm gonna need to talk to some
We're
missionaries.
not going to get any. We're not. We will have no double noodles today.
We have
That's
a
okay.
1 in 3 chance.
That's okay. I've got 8 passages here, and then we have a whole nother game.
Can you tell
as
me
well.
which translation or version of the Bible you were using?
King James,
NIV.
NIV,
All
okay.
right. That doesn't help me one bit.
New International.
I don't know what it
Version,
is.
It's
It's
more
the newest
plain
one, the more-
spoken English.
The
Yep.
newest translation
It's,
to make
it's,
people.
it's a little more modern, so it won't be.
Well, I knew that. It's just that. So.
All right, here's your first clue.
All right.
Both parties in adultery shall be executed.
Bible, Book of Mormon, or Quran, right?
I'm gonna go with Quran because in the Holy Bible, only the females to be executed.
Okay, and
I would
Dan?
agree with Ryan.
Okay, no noodles. That's in the Bible.
Fuck!
Exodus 20:10.
I thought in the Bible it was you're supposed to have her taken outside the city gates to be fucking stoned to death.
Yeah, well,
It's-
imagine
I thought
that.
he
It's
got
not
One of those
consistent.
biblical contradictions.
I intentionally made these a little tricky. Actually, in this one I was
You bastard.
this one I was expecting you guys to get wrong because it says executed, and usually with the Bible it's more like
the woman
they're-
gets executed, the male gets a pass.
right. Okay.
I did give you the God voice in that one for a second, so people listen to that. Don't worry. Satan didn't take over the show.
No, just me. Second passage. O prophet, exhort them, your task is only to exhort. You cannot compel them to believe.
Book of Mormon.
I would say Quran.
Quran. Noodle for Dan.
Yay!
2454, the Quran.
It sounded like it was trying too hard, like the Book of Mormon.
Yeah, but it also is interesting because it's a point that there's in the Quran where it's saying you can't make the non-believers believe. Your words are just words.
Well, you can force them to say they believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. All right, so you keep track of your noodles. Dan's got one.
I have one.
All right, here's 3. If a man has sex with another man, kill them both. Ryan.
Well, the Bible never actually says sex with another man. I'm not too versed on Mormon talkings about same sex. I know it's extremely against the law with Muslims, but they do it for fun anyways.
Have sex with other men for fun?
Men are for pleasure, women are for babies.
Yes. Very good. Nice callback.
So, Quran.
Okay.
I would agree and say Quran.
No noodles. Bible, Exodus 2011.
Are you taking it and twisting it? Because I thought it said, shall not lie with another man as
Well, that's
he
a
lies
different
with a
verse.
woman.
And this is the NIV.
Well, fuck NIV.
Jesus.
They changed it again.
That's the problem with all these goddamn different translations.
I know.
I learned the King James because I was fucking Mormon, and now fucking
Well, okay, so next week it'll be I'll
they
switch
try
it
to
up. I'm just saying.
they try to pretty it up, but that's pretty fucking hateful shit.
yeah.
Right. The whole point is that the whole point of this game is that there's no difference between any of the books, no
No.
matter what these fucking guys say.
Yeah.
Right. And we're
All
proving
of
that.
all of the more progressive and accepting religious faiths who say, "Oh no, Jesus and the Bible and God are all about love, and
All
it doesn't
about
matter.
love, and it doesn't matter."
The love boat."
All right. Number 4. There's an awful hell prepared for the wicked.
You gotta guess first, man.
I'm going to go with Book of Mormon again because it's got to pop up sooner or later.
I'm gonna say Bible.
Noodle for Ryan.
Yay!
Tie game. 1 noodle each. That was 1 Nephi 15:29.
See, and that bothers me because Mormons don't believe in a traditional version of hell.
Yep.
Which is why I
know.
thought you were going with the trick
That's
question because
why
they don't
you
believe in
threw
hell.
it
It's like you
there,
stay
you
here.
I'm
bastard.
trying to expose things here. That's
all right.
correct. Okay. 5. As to those who reject faith, I will punish you with a terrible agony in this world and in the hereafter, nor will they have any agony to help. Nor will they have anyone to help. I can't even read my own writing.
Bible.
Bible.
Quran.
Ah, fuckers!
1
We
to 1.
suck at this.
No, you guys are doing good.
We host an atheist show.
It's a tie game. 1 to
talk
1.
about
One noodle to one noodle.
You
All right.
people playing at home, I hope you're not fucking cheating and saying, I would have gotten all of those.
No Google either.
Yeah, if you're a pro at this game, we'll have this on a few times. If you're a pro, shoot us an email. We'll have you on.
We'll see how much of a pro you are.
Number 6. You Ethiopians will also be slaughtered by my sword, says God.
Ethiopians will also be slaughtered by my sword. I know the Bible has references with God using a sword. The Quran uses swords. Mormons don't like black people. It's a tie.
Mormons had steel swords when there was no steel in the
Yeah.
US.
I almost want to go with the Bible because of that sword reference and taking out people by the sword.
Dan.
I'm gonna dare to be different just from Ryan, but not from my previous answers, and say Quran.
2 noodles to 1. Ryan over Dan.
Shit.
Bible, Zephaniah,
Yes.
2:12.
God always uses a sword.
All right, 2 more to go.
Oh,
I gotta tie it up
It's
at least. Come on.
head to head.
All right, I want that meatball.
Number 7. To punish them for their iniquities, God sent famines, diseases, war, and the destruction on the Jews.
That sounds a lot very Old Testament-y to me. Fuck, the Bible was the last one. I'm trying to use some some
Psychics. This is what you're thinking.
probability of
Probabilistic stuff.
picking the same one twice or having the same book used twice in a row.
If you know how I organized these, I rewrote this 3 times. Just
I already know what my answer is
switched
going to be.
everything
I'm just
around.
waiting for
I
Ryan.
almost want to go with the Bible because of all the plagues and the 7 things of bullshit.
Final answer?
Yeah, Bible.
I'm going to say the Book of Mormon.
2 to 2.
Yeah!
2 noodles to 2. It
They
is
stole that shit!
2nd Nephi 10:6.
Those
The Mormons
fuckers.
hate the Jews.
So did
All right,
God.
2 to
And the
2.
Ethiopians.
And yes, it's correct. That's right. We have 1 question left. It's going to be the tiebreaker.
Or the time maker.
Or the time maker. If that's the case, we'll move on to the next game at 3
Hey, I gotta
3
stretch it
noodles
out.
apiece. 2 noodles apiece. All right, number 8. God will not have mercy on orphans or widows.
Quran.
Bible.
Book of Mormon. 2nd Nephi 1913.
Oh.
1917, excuse me.
Why do they have so many adoption clinics if they don't take pity on fucking orphans?
All right, how many noodles did you end up with, Dan?
I had to.
We tied
And
2-2.
Ryan had 2. All right,
Yeah.
we'll move on to the next game.
That's not a good average out of 9 or 8.
What's that?
That's not a good average out of
yeah.
8 or 9, whatever it was. They're long books, and we haven't read all of them yet.
Well, you guys together got 50% of my questions, which were pretty obscure references out of 3 different books. That's not bad.
We learned off the bat you're trying to trick us.
Yeah, and you missed 50%, so I did all right. Okay. All right, we got a tie game. Moving into what's called Who Said It? This game's a little more complicated. It's going to feature a quote from a less than obscure person in history.
less than obscure.
It's somebody that you guys will know.
Okay.
Okay. I will provide a quote from something they've done.
Are
And
these speeches, books?
And then I also have 3 clues to go along with
Yep.
that quote. I will only read the quote. Ryan went first last time, so Dan will go first this time. I'll read the quote to Dan, and he will know that there are 3 clues available. If I read the clue and Dan does not know who it is, he'll select 3, which will mean I'll give him all 3 clues.
We need buzzers.
We can move on. We can move on to Ryan, who can say, I can get it in 2 clues, or if he thinks Dan doesn't know it, he can challenge Dan to say he can challenge Dan to say who said it, not damn it, but
Challenge,
Dan.
damn it. That's going to be my sign-off tonight.
Damn it. But there's a twist. There's a twist too, because each of these famous people have written multiple books. So if I give the clue, if I give the quote, and Dan thinks he knows it, he can guess like a -1, which would mean that he can name the author and one of the author's books. He can say a -2.
The book it came from, or just a book?
Just a book.
Just a book.
So are all of these from authors then?
These two are today, yes.
Okay.
All right. Does that make sense to both of you guys?
Let's do
I think
this.
so.
All right, let's go ahead. All right, here's your quote, Dan.
All right.
Who said it? Quote, "Our situation is this. Most of the people in this world believe the creator of the universe has written a book. We have the misfortune of having many such books on hand, each making an exclusive claim to its infallibility." Close quote. How many clues do you need?
I'm going to start out with 3.
It's a good opening bid.
Fuck it, 2.
You're going to say 2. All right, back to Dan. Ryan can do it in 2 clues.
Do it.
Okay.
Oh, who said it, Ryan? All right, here you go.
Okay,
Here's clue number 1. Born April 19, 1967 in Los Angeles, California.
Ooh.
Clue number 2. BA from Stanford and a PhD from UCLA.
I can see his young face in my eyes with his black hair.
Clue theory really would have given it away for you. It was a good little bid there by Dan.
You said his name earlier when you were talking about people that inspired you. I was... Sam Harris?
A noodle for Ryan! Way to
damn
go!
I knew that after you said the PhD and the BA.
Yeah, and the third clue, which I hope would have given it away to everybody, was subjects: religion, philosophy, and neuroscience.
Yeah.
So the books you would have had to name: End of Faith, Letter to Christian Nation, The Moral Landscape. All right, Ryan
Dan.
leads it by 1.
I'm up by 1, Dan. I'm winning.
Told you Ryan was going to hand me my ass.
I didn't think it was...
Okay.
What gave that away for me, though, was...
I'm not a smart guy. I just play one on the internet.
I was going by age.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, 67.
Yep.
That was a pretty good clue.
That's one of the difficulties in trying to make games work.
Yeah.
You know, is that you have enough that it's not going to end in a tie or nobody gets anything. All right. Next one. Here we go. We will start... We'll start with Ryan. Here's your quote. "If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything."
Fucking short one.
You have 3 clues.
I honestly got no guess on that one right now. So I'm gonna have to go with the 3 and see what
3.
Dan does.
All right.
I'll say 2.
He
gonna say
fucking
2?
did it.
Okay.
I'm gonna let him go for it because
You're gonna make him name it?
He's got to name it now.
All right.
and
Who
I
said
win.
it, Dan? "If you can tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything." Clue number 1. Born November 30th, 1835.
Jesus.
Florida, Missouri.
35.
Clue number 2. Oh, God. You should have gone 3.
Oh,
Wife, Olivia Langdon Clemens.
come on!
That's Mark Twain.
That is Mark Twain.
Clemens gave it away.
Na. Now we're tied up again.
We are tied up again.
That was easier than yours, though.
It
I
was
have to
the
admit.
Clemens is what gave it away.
Yeah.
It's like
The age, the date of birth, kind of clued me in a little bit. I
Sure,
was thinking because I've heard that quote several times before. So
Yep. Yeah, of course. Also, if not an outright atheist, definitely a non-believer and resenter of religion.
oh, absolutely,
Mark Twain, for sure.
Absolutely.
So, all right. I do have 3 other games that are very nearly completed.
do we have a tiebreaker?
But we do not have a tiebreaker for this week, so we'll have to
Oh,
remain in suspense
fuzzy
with
navel.
3 noodles apiece for Dan and Ryan.
All
I guess,
right.
this week.
We'll have to take this into next week.
Yeah, and like I said, we'll have games I'll be able to participate in. But I honestly didn't expect that to be the outcome.
Oh yeah.
Tied 3.
A total tie after 10 different, But yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
I
fun.
didn't expect it to end in a tie either. Yeah.
No, that was good.
And I expected that we would have done better.
On the
Well, you both got both of the.
But you were tricksy.
well, that's the problem with Bible verses is a lot of
No,
times
but
you
I
have
mean-
ones that will say something and completely in another area says something completely different.
But both you guys got both of my Who Said It's.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you were 100% on that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you were 50% on the Bible or Bible, Book of Mormon, Quran.
Well, the clues were a
So
big
it's not
help
bad.
for sure.
Right, but I just like the bidding element. I think it's kind of fun.
Yeah, that's fun. I like that. I like these new games.
Yeah.
I like to play games.
So, what would clues be for Bible ones? It started in Missouri. Or no, it started in New York. I mean, well, not quite sure.
I wonder.
All right. Well, we'll have some tiebreakers next week. We'll have some other games. I'll be a part of some of it. Some interesting,
All right.
different stuff. Let's hit some newsies.
Okay.
You have something, Ryan? I got a couple things. Not that.
I don't have it
much.
up right now. I'm getting stuff up on
right,
electronic devices.
Start on
I'm
this
getting
thing, then.
stuff up.
Well, I got this one up that I talked about earlier,
Oh, yeah.
which is
Okay.
a quick one.
Okay.
It comes from our buddy Rick Santorum.
Ugh. I love Dan Savage for
Yes.
coming up with
Yes.
with the new definition for Santorum.
What was that one?
The frothy.
Yeah. Go to Urban Dictionary for Santorum.
Yeah, here
It's-
I'll
it's-
look it up.
It's pretty
I'll
good.
look it up while
Well,
you're.
Because apparently, the reason why we have so many single mothers in this here United States of America is because of the homosexuals. Same-sex marriage is to blame for our single mothers, and polygamy is next.
Whoa.
That's what he said. So former Republican presidential candidate Rick Santorum warned over the weekend that support for same-sex marriage was to blame for the increase in single mothers and could lead to polygamy. All right. I don't know of any of my gay friends that are dudes that are getting many women pregnant. I don't know many of my...
It happens.
Well,
Yeah, it
it's
does,
not a
but-
common thing, and I don't know many of my lesbian friends that are getting pregnant by their girlfriend.
And polygamy is next?
It's already here. I think they're saying it's going to be the next bandwagon to get on, maybe to legalize. I think that's what he's going for, but I don't see how you can attribute...
Like Mormons and Muslims?
Yeah.
Which we
He's
still haven't
such a
done.
he's such a sketchy little bastard. Like,
Yeah.
I watched an episode of the Maddow Show. I can't remember if it was from an episode this week or last, where she was talking about, some of the things that he's just fucking outright lied about.
Yeah.
Saying, when he was talking about doling out money for social programs, and he's talking to a crowd of people, and he's saying, well, these government programs basically just make people dependent on the government, and then later, he said black. He said these types of programs make black people dependent on the government, and then later,
I remember that.
and then later in another interview, after everybody's like, whoa. Dude, that was like super fucking racist. Did you
Yeah.
just say
Yeah, totally
it makes
fucked up.
black people dependent on these things? He's like, black? I didn't say black. I was
black.
speaking. I said blah, and I changed my line of thought or whatever. Tracy and I were watching it while we were having dinner the other night, and she's like, is he honestly trying to say that he didn't say black? Because he clearly said
yeah,
black.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Santorum, as coined or as redefined by the wonderful Dan Savage, is that frothy mixture of lube and fecal matter that is sometimes the byproduct of anal sex.
Oh, wow.
I love Dan Savage. Have
Yeah,
you read?
he's good.
He's really good, man.
He's a smart dude.
And he's not at all afraid
No.
of saying, if somebody's an asshole, saying that they're a fucking asshole.
Yep.
Yeah, but the other thing he said, and this was to the Eagle Forum.
This is Santorum again.
Yeah, who he's talking to? This is an interview
Eagle
with the Eagle Forum. Oh, yeah.
Gil Ruzicka.
This was actually he's talking with the founder, Phyllis Scheffley.
Sheffley.
Phyllis
Phyllis Sheffley.
What we need to do is reclaim what marriage is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What I hear him saying is we need to put the Bible back in weddings.
Yeah, well, I mean, my first question would be, what is marriage?
I
Make them say that shit.
Yeah. Please define marriage to
Yep.
me.
Yep.
Are you going with the biblical definition of marriage? Are you and which biblical definition of marriage?
Right.
I
And
actually
love for two consenting adults.
I said that at work one day. Someone goes,
cool
"Well,
with that.
I'm all for the biblical, marriage thing." I'm like, "How many goats did you get when you got married?
Right.
And cows and
How
livestock
many
was
did you have to
exchanged?
pay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, none. Oh, well, because in the Bible you exchange livestock for your wife, and you get it from the father, who you basically paid for to take her off his hands.
In fact, one part of biblical marriage is if you take a underage girl, say 12 or 13, as long as she's so far out of the village, when you rape her that they don't hear her scream, you get to marry her then. So that's biblical marriage.
Yeah.
Is that what he wants?
Oh, well, I
Is
bet.
that the form he wants? Because I would prefer love between two consenting adults.
Well, this might explain what he thinks marriage is. He says, if marriage is simply a romantic relationship between two people, and by the way, that's what it is devalued to in the minds of a lot of Americans. If that's all that marriage is, then it's hard to make the argument that any two people or any 3 or 4 people shouldn't be able to get married.
Wait, so read the first
So
little bit
he's
again.
basically, he says in the beginning, if marriage is simply a romantic relationship between two people.
That's what it's devolved to.
That's what it's
Is the
devolved
romantic
to.
relationship between
Between two people.
Okay.
What,
Yeah.
I thought that's what led to marriage.
I don't know where he
a
finds a problem
romantic
there.
I mean, basically, I think Santorum is saying, buy your wife.
I think
Have her sold off to you. It's like, I picked that one.
Yeah,
you are
Then
now my
never
property.
use any kind of contraception because contraception is bad.
Clearly, the important part there is by two people.
Yeah.
What he really
Well-
would like to see is by a man and a woman.
Yeah, and then he goes on and goes,
but that's
or
the
any
political way
3
to
or
say that.
4.
Yeah.
So
Come on.
he's
That's just-
using the scapegoat argument, saying, "Well, if 2 guys can get married, then that means you can get married to anything or anybody you want. If it's just love,
Right, like a dog or a goat or a rock or whatever. All the arguments the conservatives have for that slippery slope fallacy.
He doesn't really elaborate on what if it's not a romantic feeling. I mean, if there's no romance in the relationship, it's going to be kind of a shitty fucking marriage.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So so would he? I guess he would rather see unromantically related man and woman married than romantically man and a man or romantically woman and woman.
I mean, I don't want to put words in his
I
mouth.
wouldn't, because that's not gonna. I mean,
No. I mean, maybe he's of the mind thought of a woman is to clean my house and bear my children, so that's what her job is. So that's what I'm marrying a woman to bear children for me.
Yeah. So it's
where
like,
it's
get up, woman, and clean up this Santorum. I gotta go to work.
By the way, I kicked my boyfriend out of the house this morning. He wouldn't leave last night.
So, speaking of Santorum and homosexual activities,
He wasn't in the bathroom, was he, in the airport?
this is no, he's not. He's also not from Idaho. This is from today's the 30th, right?
Yes.
So this is from yesterday's Salt Lake Tribune from Paul Raleigh. It's a story. The headline is "Blogger Fired from Language School Over Homophonia."
Oh yeah.
And the story begins. Homophones, as any English grammarian can tell you, are words that sound the same but have different meanings and often different spellings, such as be and be,
Right.
through, which and which,
There and
there and there and there.
Yeah.
Yep.
This concept is taught early on to foreign students learning English because it can be confusing to someone whose native language does not have that feature.
Very much. Yeah. Sure.
But when the social media specialist for a private Provo-based English Provo-based English Language Learning Center wrote a blog explaining homophones, he was let go for creating the perception that the school promoted a gay agenda.
By the way, for all you listeners, Provo is about 7 miles from my house.
And it's like Mormon Mecca.
It's the heart of Mormondom.
It is the ultimate Utah Mormon area.
Yeah.
BYU is in Provo.
Yeah.
There's a gas station I remember hearing getting shut down because he wanted to sell beer on a Sunday.
Well, now
The horror.
now they have to.
Yeah.
Oh, the
yeah.
humanity.
But Nice droopy dog. Anyway, it goes on, right?
Story continues to say that Tim Torkeldsen says after he wrote the blog on the website of his employer, Nomen Global Language Center, his boss and Nomen owner, Clark Woodger, called him into his office and told him he was fired.
Did he say, hey, would you come here for a minute?
Would you come here for a minute? Would you come here? Come here.
Would you come here
Come here.
for a minute?
Come here. Come into
here.
my office.
Come here. Oh, and that was such bad baby humor, baby boomer humor. Puns.
As Torkeldsen tells it, Woodger said he could not trust him and that the blog about homophones was the last straw. Quote, now our school is going to be associated with homosexuality, Woodger complained, according to Torkeldsen, who posted the exchange on his Facebook page. Torkeldsen says he was careful to write a straightforward explanation of homophones. He knew the homo part of the word could be politically charged, but he thought the explanation of that quirky part of the English language would be educational.
Sure. Of course.
Nomen has since removed that blog from its website, but a similar explanation of homophones was posted there in 2011 with apparently no controversy. Woodger says his reaction to Torkeldsen's blog has nothing to do with homosexuality, but that Torkeldsen had caused him concern because he would, quote, go off on tangents, end quote, in his blogs that would be confusing and sometimes could be considered offensive. So, right away, we have Torkeldsen saying that Woodger complained that the school is going to be associated with homosexuality, and then Woodger saying that his reaction had nothing to do with homosexuality. Story continues.
I just want to, let me just interject really quickly.
Sure.
All of our listeners, and I know you guys are all intelligent
Beings.
people. Yes, of course. But
Homo sapiens.
you won't even have to do this, but I mean,
There you go again, Ryan.
Oh, man. Why do you have to bring homo into... No, but...
Just homoing it up in here.
And you guys won't even have to do this, but I mean, if you take 2 minutes to scan through Facebook and look for homophones about there, and there, you'll see exactly how difficult it is for native English speakers in this country to figure out which spelling is the correct one to use. So I would say, just based on that sample, this guy's doing a service to English as a second language speakers.
Even English as a first language
English as a
speakers.
first. I mean, they should know that. But yes, I mean, this is just fucking ridiculous.
Oh, it's stupid.
This is ludicrous.
So the story continues that Nomen is Utah's largest private English as a second language school and caters mostly to foreign students seeking admission to U.S. colleges and universities. Woodger says his school has taught 6,500 students from 58 countries during the past 15 years. Most of them, he says, are at basic levels of English and are not ready for the more complicated concepts such as homophones. Which is something that you should learn at the outset of learning to speak English, is that, hey, we have a lot of words that sound the
means
same,
something different than...
but mean something different. So, based on the spelling and sometimes the pronunciation, it can mean something different. Quote, people at this level, Woodger says, may see the homo side and think it has something to do with gay sex. This is the guy who says that it has nothing to do with homosexuality. That's not why. And then he turns around and says, as a direct quote, people at this level of English may see the homo side and think it has something to do with gay sex. What a fucking idiot.
It's like people when they're like, don't call me a homo sapien, I'm not gay. I've heard it before.
Yeah, and there's just a couple more sentences here in the story. He says Torkeldsen had worked at the center for less than 3 months before he was terminated in mid-July. Interestingly, he was hired on April Fool's Day.
Oh my gosh.
That's the end of the story. I can't, but it...
Excuse me.
Excuse
me.
Yes?
Did somebody say homo? This is God.
Is that God? Whoa.
Did somebody say homo?
A couple people did, your lord.
I won't tolerate that.
My godly guy?
I won't tolerate that.
We
can't use homo in any sense.
It's really fucking bright in here.
Homo sapiens?
Nope. We can't have gay men.
What the fuck?
No homo.
No homo.
No homo. I won't tolerate. Don't tolerate no homo.
This is
It
horrible.
It's very, very. It's okay. Now the light is fading.
Oh,
but
fuck.
that was strange.
Matt, you missed it when you were peeing. I swear to
Wait, what?
Hades, God sat right there.
I swear to the guy who may or may not have just been in here that we are not to use the term.
Home
I'm almost afraid to say it now.
home run. No.
Home run? You probably shouldn't. I don't even know what...
I can't believe that fucking guy would say that it has absolutely nothing to do with homosexuality. But, people may associate our school with homosexuality now.
Right.
You fucking idiot.
No, that's...
I think he's the homophobe.
Nice.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice.
And how fucking homophobic do you
Nice.
have to be to
Yeah.
fire somebody overusing
The word
a portion of a word
that's
that starts with homo?
And the irony. The
And ho-
irony that he's going to fire someone over using homo when he's a homophobe.
Yeah.
And you know what the word homo means? Same.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean gay. It
I
means
couldn't get
same.
over. I
Nope.
couldn't get over the hypocrisy and just fucking idiocy of this asshole
of the Mormon guy?
firing
Weird,
somebody.
yeah.
Firing somebody for using a word that starts with homo.
Yeah.
What if he had? What
right.
if he had been teaching a class on
Anthropology?
biology, and
Homo erectus?
speaking of-
Homo
yeah,
sapien?
Well,
Homo
you do
habilis?
not have a gay erection.
That's three too many homos that you just mentioned there, Matt.
Or Homo habilis, the gay toolmaker?
I'll also point out that was the first actual news article that I had actually
That's true.
Yes.
I
had
noticed
thought,
that.
hey,
Yeah.
I'm going to bring that to the podcast tonight.
I know it's on Facebook. Like,
Excellent
this would be
job.
good fodder for the podcast.
Yes, fodder. It would be excellent fodder.
So my
a good
father
word.
once said,
So I wonder if this guy is,
Maybe fodder.
since he's in Provo, if he actually is LDS or if he's.
"Are you kidding? He's in Provo and
Yeah.
has
But-
a problem with the
well-
word homo.
No.
What
no.
are the chances that he's
the
not
blogger,
LDS?
The blogger.
Oh, the blogger? I'd go 50-50 maybe.
There's one, as far as I know, there's one little tiny Catholic church, St. Francis of Assisi, that's on the corner. Oh gosh, I'm not even going to remember the address. But it was a tiny little old building. I mean, it was smaller than this house. And that was it. There was no Greeks, no Greek Orthodox. There was no Bosnians like there was in Salt Lake. Nothing like that. There was that one little St. Francis of Assisi.
That
and
one
then
little
there was-
something that's not LDS.
Yeah, I mean, there's actually a bigger Catholic church in Orem, which is a smaller, equally Mormon city. But
Yeah.
Did everyone see that meme that
one.
the Mormon Church put out, where it said,
The
"Look
Mormon
at"?
Church created a meme?
Well, I would call it a meme because I would make fun of it right off the bat, like everyone else did. But
did you know that word was generated by Dawkins?
Yeah.
That was-
oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he coined the term meme
yeah,
for mimetic
right. He was
issues or
trying
ideas,
to create an equally efficient term for gene, but for social things that reproduce
Oh,
and
okay.
spread. Yeah, and
Yeah.
he created meme in which book was that? Was it The Greatest Show on Earth? The Evidence
yeah,
Revolution?
I think it was. Yeah.
It was.
But the picture was the LDS Church put it out, and it said like, "Look at all the great stuff the LDS Church does."
Oh,
and it
I
had
did
the
see
pictures of the temple, had like some people in like a lab, and I'm like,
Had a picture of the American Red Cross.
yeah,
doing
it's like you don't. I don't see any pictures. So you're showing the big, huge, lavish buildings you make. Mm-hmm. Your bullshit, probably not even your research shit going on, but nothing about helping people. Oh, it did show a picture of the food pantry on it, the Mormon food closet thing, where they basically turn you into slave
the
labor.
bishop's storehouse.
Yeah, which I'm like, if you could work there, you work your slave labor. They're making you work for free to work off food they gave you, so you're not going to be able to
Right.
afford money to buy food to begin with because you're having to work it off to pay
Yeah.
them back. It's like being an indentured servant for the church.
Yeah, actually, I can't totally complain about that program. My family used that quite a bit growing up.
They were LDS.
Yeah,
The
but
only- like, look at the person that, what was it, 2 months ago, when someone posted on Facebook saying, hey, this person, the church won't help them out. They went to their bishop. They need money for groceries, and they paid like $450 a month for their 10% of their income. to go towards the church, and they're running low on cash for groceries for their kids. They went to the stake bishop, and they would not help them out. So what happens? Atheists of Utah come in, get a bunch of people to donate some money, and boom, buy them groceries.
Sure.
I mean, isn't that what it's there for? Because the way I understood it was she didn't have the time to volunteer at this steak place. Like, well, since you can't work here, we won't give you food.
Then that, I mean, there are problems with it, for sure. Like, you have to be a full tithe payer.
Yes.
Which means you've put in way more money than you're getting out of it. And also, you have to have the time to be able to give your free labor back to it. But that being said, some of the situations we were in growing up that saved us at certain points. I'm not saying it's the best system. They with the money they have, they should
be able to just give it away.
They could do a lot better.
They should be able to pay the people that work at those storehouses.
Well, they could definitely do a lot better. But
even just minimum wage, so that way they're getting something to help them get back on their feet. Because that, to me, that's the definition of indentured servant. You need food, you need something. Well, we'll pay for that as long as you work here for free.
Okay. Well, and when you look at the amount of the money the LDS Church takes in versus what they provide in charitable services, it's fucking negligible at best.
Absolutely. I want to put this out here on the podcast. I've been thinking about this for years, months, forever. I mean, like when I was I'll make this fast, but when I was 15, my sister was 14. We decided to do like a food drive for Thanksgiving for the Provo Food Bank or whatever. We didn't have a car, we just went door to door, and we were just like, hey, can you give
in a wheelbarrow?
Right. Yeah. Well, we had plastic grocery bags, whatever. And we're like, hey, can you give non-perishables, for the needy for Thanksgiving or whatever? We did about a week before or something like that. And we just went around to everyone we knew, whatever. We ended up actually, we got a neighbor to give us a ride down to the Provo Food Bank. We ended up delivering like 100 pounds of food. We didn't even know. And they were like, holy shit, like that was what we needed to kind of get through the holiday or whatever. And it was just the most awesome experience. And every year since then, I've been like, I got to do that again.
Yeah.
And I never have, and every year I think about, so I want to put this out like to Atheists of Utah, anybody who might be listening, anyone who's let's get a fucking serious drive going for people who are less fortunate, that are needy, that are struggling, and let's get a real holiday for free. We don't want to proselytize. We don't want to, we just want to give, right? Let's donate some shit. We've got more than they do, so let's give a little bit back and raise humanity a little bit. Okay? If you're with me, send me an email at GodlessRebelution@gmail.com, please. Let's get this going. I'm going to do it. If you're with me, let's do this.
The one thing too that I'm starting
early, so I want to get this on.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it shouldn't just be the holidays. It shouldn't just be Thanksgiving where you feel charitable. If I'm going to give, I don't give money to homeless people, but I will oftentimes, I'm going to be downtown Salt Lake, and I know there's a lot of homeless down there. I'll throw some granola bars and stuff in my backpack, and I'll give them granola bars.
So I'm gonna blow both of your minds right now.
Blowing minds.
You said you wanted to start early. You said you wanted it to not be just a holiday thing. Atheists of Utah actually, at every quarterly party that they hold, as part of the quarterly party and the drawing for the bucket of booze, if you bring food items to donate to the Utah Food Bank, which is the resource that we donate all of this food to, if you bring food to any of the parties, you get extra tickets for the drawing for the bucket of booze for the prize drawing for, we usually give away books and stickers and decals and t-shirts and whatever else we've got. And that's something that has been going on for years and years. That, for every quarterly party that Atheists of Utah would put on, we would accept donations that will end up at the Utah Food Bank.
Yep.
And, we usually get, I'd say, 25, 30, maybe 40 pounds of food for each quarterly party. And, I have a bunch of it sitting in my garage right now that I have yet to take to the food bank. And in addition to asking for donations and accepting them at each of the quarterly parties and delivering them to the Utah Food Bank, Atheists of Utah generally volunteers at the Utah Food Bank at least twice a year to help them put together meals, to help them sort through all of the food donations that come in, to clean up, to just do whatever we can to help them out. And I don't know if you guys know, but the Utah Food Bank is operated by the LDS Church.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's always kind of fun to go in there.
Like, hey,
Yeah,
we're the,
well, and it's
we're
always
the atheists. We're here to give you some food and help out.
and it's always fun. It's always funny to see that nonprofit, non-religious groups are donating significant amounts to a multi-billion-dollar global corporation who says they're involved in this only by attaching the name to it and not doing shit else.
Who, if they really, really wanted to,
They could solve
would
the whole
have, would
hunger
have to not
yeah.
rely on donations from
Yeah.
anybody.
Yep, they could solve the whole U.S. hunger problem in one go.
And I know one
But sorry, no, I'm not trying to minimize anything.
Oh, no.
I mean, I'm not shocked by that because that was one of the things that drew me to the atheist community is because you do good for good's sake. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
and
it's not for hope of any eternal reward.
Yeah, of course,
or
right.
or to avoid any eternal punishment.
For the sake that we're
to
all
be good
human beings.
It's to be good to be a good fucking person.
Yes, exactly. And I take your point about not making it only about the holidays. However, it just so happens that those are coming up, and
Right.
Yeah.
I'm willing to put this out on the podcast because I'm serious enough about it, and we just have kind of got this going. So I want to start as early as I can to kind of get attention to it. By the way, that sister was Beth, who I know listens to this podcast. So thanks, Beth, for that. That was a meaningful point in my life, and
That's really awesome.
it was great. It was cool.
That was a very heartwarming little story there.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, here's one that I don't know if we could do.
yeah, do it. Yeah,
But I was trying to get a documentary off the ground about a year ago, and it never got going. But I was going downtown, and I was talking to a lot of homeless people. I'd buy people like meals and get them help if I could. But the biggest thing they had was, dude, do you have like a blanket? Do you have I just need a coat. The winter's coming, man, and it's fucking cold out here.
yeah.
And that's one thing, like getting food. I know
Coats,
I got
blankets,
spare
gloves,
coats I
hats.
don't wear at home.
Yeah.
I'm like, if we can get a bunch of people together at some sort of party, get together and collect clothes, like just like winter jackets that they don't wear anymore. Or they were going to give the DI for the DI to sell and make money off the Mormons. I'd be more than willing to drive myself down and drive around Salt Lake to find homeless people to pull up next to them and go, "Hey, dude, you need a coat?"
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. We're just coming up on August right now.
Yes.
Okay. We got maybe 2 months to get this going before stuff starts to really get cold and chilly at night. Right. Let's do it. Let's fucking do
I'm
it,
down.
man.
I know I got 3 jackets at home that I could throw in a box right now. We could
Okay,
drive down. And get to
I got a couple things I can throw in there. I got plenty of long sleeve shirts and stuff. Let's do it. Me and you and Dan will start it, and
Absolutely.
everybody who's listening, we're starting to drive right now. For warm clothes, blankets, and food for the homeless in Utah. Okay,
Yeah.
Get a hold of us. Yeah, Atheists of Utah.
That's why it's
you
called
can,
good.
You can get a hold of us at Atheists of Utah or at Godless Rebelution at Gmail. I check that really frequently, daily almost. And let us know what we can do. We'll be happy to have
Shipping
you
addresses.
participate.
And I say we should have a get together like you did down in Provo. Maybe one of these weekends we should just sponsor a little get together for people to donate.
You know what I think would be awesome too. In addition to food and clothing, a lot of these organizations just need money. They need money to keep their operations going. They need money to keep their
They need to turn the
shelters
lights
open. The Road Home is one of my personal favorite charities here in Utah. It's a homeless shelter that provides a lot of services to people. Every year, a lot of the local radio stations have a big drive and everything. I think it would be awesome to try to make, to try to organize around a specific group like Atheists of Utah, a large donation drive for the Road Home. X96 usually is there. A lot of the local radio, a lot of the local radio stations.
X96 is great. Yep.
They do a whole lot of work for the Road Home, and they broadcast live from the Road Home.
X1996.
Do you think we could do a reach out to them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think so.
We probably could. For sure.
I could reach out to the Radio from Hell guys, Kerry Jackson, Gina Barberi,
and Bill.
and Bill
Allred.
Allred, thank you.
Yep.
Sorry, I was drawing a blank there for a second. And
they're great.
And Richie, their Mormon
Richie,
producer.
Yeah, but
Richie T. Stedman.
Yeah, but that's not totally fair. I mean, he's a fairly liberal Mormon as far as they go.
Fairly, yeah.
They had a really good beer out.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever try
well,
that?
yeah. It's from Squatters.
Yeah, that's a good
from
beer.
Hell. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I like that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tracy,
I mean, if we could do a collaboration with X 1996, I like to call them, because they don't play anything after that date, but that's okay. They're still good, and Bill and Carrie are great. Yeah. So and Gina's good too. But
Yeah.
I mean, if we could do a collaboration with them, I'm sure they'd be willing. They're totally cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you're listening right now,
we could
and
probably
you're not-
even drag Doug Fabrizio on something like that.
I think he'd be down.
I
for
think
that.
he would. He's a good dude.
Yeah, so if you're not in Utah and you want to help donate to this right now, just email the GodlessRebelution at gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get you an address to send stuff to. Most likely it won't be Dan's address because you're moving possibly soon.
It's really easy to find us on Facebook.
Yep.
Godless Rebelution on Facebook.
Yeah, Godless Rebelution on
you can
Facebook.
email us.
Atheists of Utah on Facebook.
Atheists of Utah, even easier.
Maybe we should even think about setting up a separate PayPal account for people to donate to under Godless Rebelution. Oh well, Atheists of Utah already has a PayPal account that we could provide.
Are they allowed to? Are you able to put a note on it to say, "Hey, this is for"?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you can create separate links for whatever donations that you want to do. That would be awesome.
Yeah. I mean, this is kind of a spontaneous thing, so it's sort of happening as you guys are
right
hearing
now.
it. But we can try to. I wouldn't even be surprised if we could get it. I mean, X96 for sure, but I even think some of like the Morning Zoo on 97.1. I mean, they're pretty sensitive and kind of liberal too. I bet we could get some radio stations involved.
I just hope they won't shy away when they hear Atheists of Utah.
And if they do, so fucking what? X96 I think wouldn't as much. But
No, they definitely wouldn't.
Yeah,
they would be happy to. Well, and that's the thing. Like any organization who was actually looking to help people,
Right.
they don't fucking care where it comes
They
from.
don't care. That's right. Yeah. So, all right. Well, okay. I think we got a good groundwork for a lot of great social
Stuff to
work
do.
and some good help we can provide. And awesome. That's what this podcast has been about the whole time.
I'm excited.
I am too. I think that's great, man. And that
I'm
just sort of
getting the warm
sprung up, and
fuzzies.
you guys heard the whole thing as it developed. This is like one of the pre-podcast conversations we have that we talk about all the time on the air, but we never actually have on the air. But that's basically how it goes down. So, all right, yeah, I know Beth will be glad to help. She can get some of her jail friends involved, or whoever will be involved, the law enforcement side of the city and stuff, and we'll see what we can put together, man. I think something big. I think we could.
So I guess we're going to be
if we really
planning
push
this, and it's going to be in the future here soon.
Yeah, let's keep moving, and let's try to update, every week or whatever.
We've just started the ball rolling, and we'll keep it rolling.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's going downhill. It's a long hill, so it's going to keep going.
As long as it's a snowball, that's okay.
Yeah,
It gets
It'll
bigger,
get
as it goes. Yeah. All right, I got one more newsies here.
All right.
News article. Take a swig here real quick. It's been a while.
I don't know why you guys try to be quiet when you're
I
dragging
just
beers
rip
out
them
of
out
the
like a
cooler.
Band-Aid now, because when I have the headphones on, I can hear every ice falling.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Like, people know that we drink during this podcast, right? That's not a
I've advertised
that's
it.
not a secret or anything.
One of my buddies that's been wanting to listen, he's like, I haven't had time to listen to your podcast yet, but he wants to get more active in the atheist movement and stuff. He's like,
Remind me before you go. Last
sticker.
week the sticker.
Yes. That's actually for a whole nother guy. More atheists are coming out of the hole.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, he wants to get more involved with stuff, so maybe I can get him involved with this clothes drive.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah. Close food money drive.
Clothes, food, money. Help the homeless, because they do need it.
Yeah.
The CFM.
Okay. I think I'm going to have to do some kind of a voice for this one.
You want
eventually?
Satan?
No. I mean, I'm going to have to
Just
Or
off
God,
the
I mean,
cuff.
generate it
Go,
myself,
yeah.
sort of like.
I still am very
Munchkin?
impressed by your Obama.
Well, thank you.
It's really good. Like, listening to the podcast again last week, I was like, that's
Obama.
fucking really good.
Really? And I haven't
really good.
listened to that again, so I don't know how that sounds, but
Yeah,
I
you
appreciate
do a
it. Thank
really
you.
good Obama.
Oh, thanks, man. All right. There have been a lot of people, this is the article, heading to the border to protest immigration recently. We've already got frustration going on in the room here.
SE Cup would be down there.
But it turns out many of them have no idea what they're protesting. A courageous man attempted to get their side of the story and learned that conservatives have been fed so many lies about immigration that they don't know what to believe anymore.
Wait, but they're supposed to be the intellectuals, according to SE Cup.
Well, the
Yeah, of
atheist
course.
side, the religious conservatives aren't.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In the last year, over 50,000 Central American children, I want to add, have showed up at the United States border with Mexico. The unaccompanied kids, some as young as 5 or 6, were sent by their parents to escape drugs, gang violence, and crushing poverty affecting their home countries.
We're talking about kids at 5 or 6. They're just now learning to form full sentences
Have
and
no
walk.
Idea.
They're coming
Yes.
from, like, Ecuador.
Yeah. Escaping things like crushing poverty. This is enough to make me cry.
Horrible,
You know.
a horrible drug industry where you're enslaved until you're killed.
You're,
They
you're
wanna
talking
get rid
about
of you.
parents who have kids whom they love
They
and
love
adore
them,
and
yes.
would do anything for, and spend every bit of everything they possibly have to try to provide a better life for their child by sending them to the United States and across the border.
Send their children away forever.
Yeah.
And not even just that, sending him here
Can you
on
imagine?
a lie that was told to them by the same cartels who are enslaving them.
Yeah, but still.
And
Can you? I mean,
and I mean, it's the love that these people express for their children that
Yeah.
send them here, and they're greeted by fucking assholes.
yeah, who are not all of Americans.
No.
You know? Oh man, is this gonna be the first one I cry in this episode?
No. I'm gonna have a really good analogy when you're done with this one, though.
All right, perfect. Can you make a joke too?
Well, it's not a joke. It's more of a
Oh.
point to point out that happened a while ago.
All right.
The UN has recognized them as refugees. And even the Pope weighed in saying that America has a duty to, quote, protect the children. This might be one of the first points I agree with the Pope on.
We do have a duty to protect them. They're almost,
Sure.
Well,
they almost should
I mean,
have refugee status.
I think duty might be a little strong, but I agree with his sentiment, though. You know, that my outlook is this, like, adults have a responsibility to look out for all the children. You know, your own and everybody else's. If it's a child, you fucking take care of that thing. You've been here longer. You know what's going on. You're able. You fucking take care of that little shit.
Well,
You know
not,
what I mean?
not to get too Hillary Clinton on you, but it takes a village.
Well, that's an old adage. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, sure. But I'm just saying, I mean, there's truth to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go on. Unfortunately, many, particularly on the right, vehemently oppose giving these children anything. Anything. They demand that the Obama administration deport the kids immediately, or set up military personnel along the border to ensure that they don't cross.
What, to shoot them?
Many of these same fucking people who claim to be pro-life.
Yes.
Yep.
Want you to murder
Yep.
and point guns at innocent
Yep.
children that are trying to escape.
Right, and keeping in mind, these are the people that have no fucking idea why they're even there doing what they're doing.
No.
Okay. Telling child refugees that they can't come here is, of course, morally repugnant. So to justify the stance, many conservatives have begun floating versions of what is happening in which they can still oppose immigrants but not feel bad about shouting and pointing guns at children.
It makes me fucking sad and mad at the same time.
Yeah, it is a weird mix. FPTV went to Houston on a mission to learn what motivates the people protesting along the way and came across a myriad of insane conspiracy theories which the right have bought into. Here's a quote. Obama is a bully, and if we don't push back, he's not going to stop until he kills and destroys the America we love.
Is the America that they love an America that is completely unaccepting and unwilling to care for those in need?
Yes.
Is that the fucking America that they love?
Yep.
Because if so, that's not an America I want to fucking live in.
Doesn't it say in the Statue of Liberty, give us your weak, give us your tired, give us your weary?
Give us your
poor.
Give us your poor, your tired, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free.
Yes.
Okay. You got to remember, these are people that dropped out in the 5th grade.
So they're Mormons.
Well, the Statue of Liberty came from those goddamn Frenchies anyway.
Well, true. And to be fair, also, Mormons scored really fairly high on the
Religious tests.
Yes, on the worldwide. They were at 3rd.
Not on the American Constitution or history or...
Because they've had to defend their silly religion against everything else.
They came in 3rd behind the atheists and the Jews.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, another quote. These Latinos are the new Nazis for the blacks. I don't know how many nasty racial stereotypes you can get into one
Nazis for the blacks.
Okay, these Latinos are the new Nazis for the blacks.
You people.
That makes... I don't
What does that even fucking mean?
I don't know.
It's
I'm trying to figure it out.
It's just a jumble of every offensive thing they could possibly muster and throw into one sentence.
Hey, they said it's Nazis for the black. I don't like it.
What the
Let's
fuck?
go to the border and
the
fight.
new Nazis for the
I don't
black?
know.
What
Get
does
it.
that fucking mean?
I don't know. That's all it says. I'm just telling you.
Nazis for
Well, for
the
one
blacks.
thing, Nazis hates... Well, the neo-Nazis hate blacks. Most of the neo-Nazi groups are white supremacist groups that think there should be racial divides. That also includes against Mexicans. They say whites with whites, blacks with blacks,
But
Mexicans
so
with
Nazis for the black.
I
I don't
it doesn't
understand
make
that.
sense.
That doesn't
not coherent.
does not compute.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I didn't get it either. When I first read that, I was like, okay, Tina, just drive your IROC back to your double wide and go watch some more like Jerry Springer and, shut up.
Bye, Felicia.
I didn't want to go. That's okay. I won't. Next quote. They found some Muslim prayer rugs on the border. They found a couple of books that lead me to believe those aren't little children coming over unaccompanied.
Because they found fucking Muslim
Were
prayer
they
mats?
were they
Okay,
Muslim prayer rugs or freaking blankets?
Yeah,
to sleep on
this
in
is
the desert.
this is according. I see. I should be doing a voice here.
Giving them blankets. That sounds oddly familiar.
Okay, sorry. I'm from the north. I don't know how to do south too good, so I'll give it a shot here.
You sound more like a...
No, I was doing. I was New England. I was just saying.
You sound like a bookie.
I'm from the north. Yeah. No, I was just saying. So I'll give it a shot at doing like Alabama or whatever. Texas. I don't know what these guys.
Okay,
But just
I
sounds stupid.
should have been doing voices for all of these quotes. All right, I'll give it a shot. I don't want jihad in my country. That's terrible.
Sound like a wrestler.
Yeah.
snap into it.
Slip into a Slim Jim. I need to keep that in their own land. I can't do South. I don't know what the.
All right. Just go with it.
Okay. Let's go.
I can do
All
a
right.
pretty good hick, but you're
All right. Yeah, go ahead. All right. There's evidence of Lebanese Islamic extremist group Hezbollah. So says these border patrol
from
people, I
Latino
guess.
children.
Yeah. I know a lot of 5-year-olds in there. I'm part of...
Yeah.
Hezbollah.
Yeah.
From South American countries.
Yeah, from Ecuador. Yeah. They're pretty.
They're more than just Mexicans coming over. No, that's fucking horrible. Why can I not do a South?
What is that?
Oh, man, how can I not do a Southern accent?
I don't know.
Hold on.
But if you get any
No, I can
chocolatey
fucking
cereal,
do it.
those kids will fucking go jihad on your ass.
Chocolate, what?
Like some
No, hold on. No, I can do
Captain Crunch or something. Those kids go jihad
what you're
on you
talking
for some
about.
fucking-
Crunches and chocolate.
No, I was trying to think of
He's
the...
not. I don't know what you're talking about.
Either do I.
You're all blacks for the KKK.
I couldn't think of that chocolate
Nazis,
cereal.
the Nazis for the blacks.
Count Chocula. That's what it is. Count Chocula. Chocolate cereal.
But what was awesome about that was that it took all of the pressure off of my shitty, horrible fucking Southern accent, which I can't. Dude, I can do it. Okay, hold on. I can fucking do a Southern accent. Come on.
Count Chocula.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, fuck it. I don't know. God, no. Okay, next quote.
Just go with it.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. All right. There are more than just Mexicans coming over. They've been stopping Muslims, radical Islamists, and Chinese.
Well, fuck. You don't want those dirty Chinese coming
Well, I mean,
over. They're
that's-
gonna build railroads and shit.
That's not entirely. It's not entirely false.
We don't need any
But
more
right now,
railroads.
the problem we have is the children.
Have
It's
they-
not entirely false
No,
that people that
Have
are
they adapted to the light rail?
adults have come across the border that are part of
Dan,
Islamic groups.
That's two things.
That's
Two things that are really cleverly spoken that I cannot laugh at.
That's like rape sweat.
No, that is yes. God damn it. That's a pre-podcast joke again, but
So
it's not even.
we have to explain rape sweat really quick,
No.
or else
I don't know if we have to explain rape sweat.
No.
Okay,
Ugh.
we won't. Okay, we'll
That
we'll
was
avoid
just
it.
that was a little horrific.
It was just kind
I
of one
said
that got
horrific.
All
right.
this is
me. I gotta-
horrible,
dude. I can fucking
I
do it.
fucking
Why can I
derailed us,
not?
sorry.
I can do it. No, you're good. I can. Really? Really? You derailed us with a Chinese joke
Horrific and rape sweat. I don't know.
and derailed.
Well, and the Chinese.
Yes.
There you go.
yeah.
You didn't even do it on purpose. I picked you up. Oh, fuck that shit.
Sorry.
Jesus. God, you know what?
All right.
God, I'm a little pissed at myself. I can fucking do a southern accent. I sound southern, right? Like, whenever I go home, they're always like, you sound like a fucking cowboy or whatever.
What?
Yeah.
I never
Who
heard
says
that.
you sound like a cowboy?
Like when I go back home, like when I go to New England, when I go back to Massachusetts.
Oh, because you have a little bit of Utah thing going on, or
yeah,
what?
well, no, I guess so. Do I?
You don't sound like a cowboy.
I don't think you sound like a cowboy.
No.
No. But I live in Utah, so what the fuck do I know?
Yeah. Do I? Oh, fuck. I don't know. I can't. Dude, I can do a fucking. What the hell? I don't know what's going on with me. All right, I'm gonna get one of these. I got a bunch of quotes coming up still.
All right, go
One
for
of
it.
these is
Go
gonna
for
be
it. Go for it.
southern.
Will it be a southern dandy?
I don't know.
Well, here.
I have no idea, but I know I can do it.
I'm so excited.
Okay. Obama's working with the child refugees big time.
Obama or Alabama?
Obama. Obama's
Okay.
working with the child refugees big time.
Barack Hussein
that was
Obama.
That was better, right? It wasn't great, but it was better.
They would say
Was it better?
Obama.
What'd they say?
Obama.
Obama. I don't. Fuck.
Accent the O.
God damn it.
Obama.
Let me try the next one.
But can I point out my problem with that?
Yeah. No, yeah.
It seems like they want any chance they have to blame Obama for anything they
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, of
It's like,
course.
do you honestly think Obama sent letters home to these kids' parents saying, please send your children across the border. I'll house them in our old military barracks till we can find you again and fucking send them back.
Yeah.
No!
It's such a good plan.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's a very good plan. All right, let me try it again. Obama isn't for the blacks. No, God, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is wrong with me?
God, Jesus Christ, what
God,
the
Jesus
fuck?
Christ, what the fuck?
I can do
Joseph
this.
fucking
I don't
Smith.
know what. I don't. Okay. Fuck. It'd be so much easier if it was like
We should have watched.
If I had a
some
button on this
fucking
thing to make you
fishing
southern,
like a
show or
fucking-
something. I don't know.
like if it was do like a New York Italian.
We should have
mob guy
prepped you with
or
some
Jew
NASCAR or something.
Fuck, I just can't. No, I can, but okay, I can't today. I can't apparently.
No, you
Jesus,
fuck- you
that's
fucked that
horrible. Yeah. All right. Okay. Whatever. Obama isn't for the blacks. He's for gays because he's a homosexual. They say, right? Which is like the classic schoolyard fifth grade retort.
Obama's a homosexual.
And if he was,
Yeah.
what difference does it make? Who cares?
Well, I mean,
Not
I'm-
that there's anything wrong with that.
and I'm not like the last person to admit that Michelle's a little manly, but I don't know if I'd go that far.
She's smoking hot. I think really like.
Smoking?
Yeah, she's. Yeah.
She's
Most
not ugly.
presidents don't have good-looking.
Oh well,
wives.
okay. Compared to first ladies, for sure.
I guess I get. Well, Here we go back to
And among the African American
me
first
calling
ladies,
back
she's-
a couple episodes ago and saying I'm a sapiosexual. She's a
Yes,
smart
yes.
fucking woman, man. That's sexy.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. We'll leave it at that. I mean,
She's smart and she grows fucking gardens, man.
right. And so you're
She likes to work out.
You've got some.
drink
I saw her doing push-ups
You've
on
got
Ellen.
some sapiosexual tendencies, and you've also apparently got some physical stuff going on. But like for me, I'm like what 20% homo and
20%
quite as-
homophone?
homophone, and quite a significant number of asexual as well.
Oh.
So to me, I'm just like meh. So smoking is not a word I use very often.
Yeah.
But
Salma Hayek.
no,
Yeah.
no,
Really?
no.
What? What is wrong
She's
with
all
you?
right.
Whoa, bro. Whoa,
okay.
whoa, dude, bro.
Well, dude, bro,
Dude, bro. Salma Hayek is just okay?
she's all right.
Brah, you straight?
I feel like I don't know who you are.
Not totally. I mean, more than gay, but I'm also sort of just. I'm just. Yeah, I'm pretty apathetic about the whole sex thing. I mean, I think if there was a test for asexual, I would score.
You
higher
might
on
be,
that.
because on that test we did,
It was unusual.
you were
Yeah, very
you did-
unusual.
Yeah,
You're a neat little snowflake just like everybody else.
But
Right.
to go along with this whole immigration thing, so these
Yeah,
people
way to
are
bring it
coming
back.
from South America.
isn't it funny how like I don't want to talk about my religious thing, but I'll be just like, I don't know. Let's talk about my sex. I don't care. Let's air that out.
But
Yeah,
we have problems with these kids coming across the board. We don't. People
Problems?
do. That are trying to escape a war-torn, drug-ridden country with no hope for anything in life.
And it's virtually lawless,
In
run by cartels.
after Vietnam was over and we got the fuck out of there, there's a little country called Laos that had a problem.
You're looking at Matt's looking at me funny. I was gonna
Because you went.
because I was gonna throw a libertarian slur out there.
Oh.
I won't do
Well-
that this week.
In this little country, there's the Hmong culture.
Yeah, Laos. Yeah.
They were being
Not monk,
Hmong,
but Hmong.
Hmong,
Hmong. Yes.
Hmong.
Yes, Hmong.
And they were being attacked and killed, and they were escaping the country.
Uh-huh.
It was the Catholic Church who went in there and said, "We will get you out. we will get you out of this area that is war torn, where they are trying to steal your
We will
children and
extricate
kids."
you.
So they got them out. Wisconsin's a huge. The reason why I know about it is Wisconsin's a huge area where the Catholic Church brought a lot of them to live, to say, "Hey, you are now refugees and you are now citizens."
Wisconsin is just a whole lot fucking more weird and diverse than I would have
Oh, yeah.
ever
Yes.
imagined.
Yeah.
Prior
I went to
knowing
school
you,
with a lot of
Mr.
Hmong
Duffy.
people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So, but the thing is, but then we can now, that was 20, 30 years ago when that was going on. No, it's like probably 30, 35 years ago. 'Cause I went to kids that could remember being put on, like, people went to high school with that, could remember being put into a boat when they were like a young child and being smuggled out of Laos to escape persecution. And
when I was a teenager, preteen, like 13, 14, whatever, I was taught Thai kickboxing by a Hmong Laotian escapee that had to, when he was 14, he pulled his family across the Mekong River in a boat. Yeah. And so,
in that situation,
for sure.
a bunch of religious groups get together and go, "We're going to get these people out of the
Can you
country.
imagine, like, what-
We're going to take them." But when it's so much closer to us, it's like
right.
on the same
I hear
continent.
stories about that, and I think, like, how fucking privileged am I that
Yeah.
I've never
Oh, yeah.
had to fucking worry about
Yeah.
any of that
Yeah.
kind of shit.
That's why I've always thought,
Which is why this drive is so important.
yeah.
yeah,
Because we are that privileged.
Yeah, like it's
But,
never.
you know.
That's never been a fucking concern of mine at
Right,
all.
or
like,
mine.
Like that I may end up being a fucking slave to a drug cartel
Oh,
or
God,
being
yeah.
killed because I wouldn't work for them. I mean, that's.
or
I've never had to worry about
also,
that shit.
And also, we're all white men.
yeah,
or,
so
or
we're
having
even
to
more
walk
privileged.
1,000 miles to escape that
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
So my thing is,
only to be greeted by fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Right. Who have everything and just say, no, you fucking kids, whack and kick or shoot your
So-
whatever, fucking.
Don't kick the baby.
what happened to groups feeling obligated to help out? like with the Hmongs and the Laotians, saying, we are going to get you out of this situation.
Where's your Christian
You're on
charity,
the opposite
sir?
side of the world.
Right. Why
Now
are
we
the
got
atheists
people-
the most compassionate?
Yeah, we got people on the same continent than us that are going through the
Can't have
same
morals.
type of stuff. Granted, they're guerrilla fighters, guerrilla warfare type stuff going on, drug cartel stuff going on. They can't go, we're going to go down there and we're going to get these children. We're going to get them and we're going to take them out of this situation.
Why aren't well, and that's a good point. Like, why aren't the Christians fucking going into these Central and South American countries and saying,
Right.
send us your fucking kids,
Yeah.
bring them to us, we'll take them to the United
Come
States
unto
where they can
me,
be safe.
ye little children.
Instead, they're showing
that
up on
was
the
said
border
by-
with
what was it,
guns.
Yeah, what
No,
the fuck?
it was
That's a
fucking
great
Jesus.
fucking point, man. Why aren't these Christian groups going down there and saying, give us your kids, we'll take them somewhere safe, we'll raise them, they'll be the best fucking Americans they can ever
and that's
possibly
exactly
be.
what Jesus said. Give me the children. Come unto me, ye little children.
No.
That's exactly what Jesus said.
No, they show up with guns, shove guns in their faces, sit by the buses while like these kids
Get
are
the
being
fuck
shipped.
out.
Yeah, they're going to put fucking M16s in their faces.
It's pathetic as a human race
I mean,
to treat other human beings like that.
At a minimum. That would be pathetic if they were treating adults like
You know,
that.
I feel bad honestly, I'm starting to feel bad that I and a bunch of other people are not down there standing where these fucking assholes are greeting these kids and saying, we're not with these fucking assholes.
Okay.
My
Fair enough, but let me just say this real quick while I'm on this point. I think you're right, Dan. Yes, we should feel bad about that. But if you're listening to this, the three of us at least are getting this out to thousands of people in the United States. We got a 3% listenership in Canada, 3% in the United Kingdom, 3% unknown, and 1% in Thailand.
well,
So-
one person.
Is it one in
Well, one person in Thailand.
one person? It said 1%.
No, if you go down to the countryside, it's one.
Okay, thanks,
one,
Wayne.
one person.
But in any case, at least we're doing this much. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we could definitely do more. And
Everybody
we
could always
will,
do
and
more,
yeah, we
sure.
can always do more, and we will. We'll continue to grow. I mean, we're
We
gonna
make
do the
no
drive
money
with all
from
that
doing
stuff.
this.
But if all you're doing is listening, please at least help us with our homeless drive.
Yes.
Do that much, And the thing is, we'll figure out how to grow this to be able to
Or
help
even
the kids at the border
in your own
eventually.
areas,
Okay,
it's
so-
not. I mean, it's not difficult to even go through your family members and say, "Hey, let's help someone out today."
right. But if you can't, I couldn't.
No,
If
but
you can't,
I'm saying
then
with
do
gathering
do
up
it
stuff.
through us
Yeah.
because we'll do that, and we will grow this to where we can be doing those bigger operations on the border, and we can push those fucking stupid Christians back with their machine guns, and be more welcoming. I mean, and I've got a lot of friends, like some of the friends. I don't know. Have you scrolled through our Facebook? I mean, there's
There's a lot of people from all over the place.
I mean, and there's some horrific stuff on there, and there's a lot of kids all over the world, and I just think, Jesus, man, if I could just give that kid a hug,
well, even what's going on
or
over
whatever,
in
but-
Palestine
and
right now,
Gaza, yeah. I mean,
where there are literally
exactly
leveling cities by the hour.
right.
And these are cities with kids and families
Sure.
and parents in it, and it's not even military actions. It's just straight.
It's just brutal. Yeah,
Level it.
Yeah, it's just brutal. And well, it's not. I mean, it's not even. Well, we won't. Okay. We got a bunch of more awesome quotes from the border. God, Jesus Christ, I can do a Southern accent. What the fuck is wrong with that?
Just think you're stupid and educated.
Well, I'm stupid from Massachusetts.
Whoa,
Is that gonna fucking help me?
that's a different one.
Yeah, it's totally fucking different, right? That's close, yeah.
Get
Is that pretty close?
Get
That's pretty
twangy.
close. I sound like I'm fucking from the South, right?
Think of a
No, not at all. No.
squeal like a pig.
Hitting home a little bit. All right, let's see. Let me read it first. I'll see if I can get.
You gotta talk slower and draw your vowels out.
Yeah. Yeah, go fuck yourself, right? Just kidding. That's Alabama,
Not
isn't
drop the vowels, draw them out.
it? Okay, I can do it. Where am I at? Oh, fuck. Why is this so hard?
Just do it. Don't
That's
even
what she
think.
said.
There are more than just Mexicans coming over. Why is that John?
your
that was
George
so
Bush
fucking
impersonation.
John Wayne. George Bush. I'm having such a hard time with South right now.
I don't know.
I used to be able to do this so easily.
It's making me have a hard time with it.
Give me a South,
Yeah.
Dan. Yeah, give me a South. Fuck. Okay, hold on. No.
Well, all them goddamn people coming down here from the other countries, they's going to have a problem when we greet them at the border.
Now, Dan,
I'll
here,
tell you what.
Yeah, that's good.
I got to correct you on this one.
Yep.
They ain't coming from down here. They're coming up from there.
I have to agree with you, Mr. Duffy.
They're coming. They're coming. They're
right.
going north from the south.
That's right. You are absolutely right, and I apologize for ever having questioned that at all.
It's all right. I forgive your great grandmother for that one.
I hope that this little bit of Southern talk has helped you out, Mr. Mitchell.
I think I got it now. I think I got it. That was perfect. That was perfect.
Well, I suppose we're going to hear about it right now.
Give us some of them quotations.
You had me laughing like fucking Snidely Whiplash.
Snidely Whiplash? What is that? Oh, yeah. The wheezing, yeah, yes. Nice.
Just think, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? The movie. You don't know that one?
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I have, but I think I saw it when it came out.
That's rough, yeah.
For a long time. Fuck. You guys are better at this than me. Jesus.
We just better being dumb. That's what it is.
You can do it, Matthew.
Okay.
Do it. Do it. Do it right now.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
Read the quotations.
I'm trying. They trying to make this into Latin America. Turn this into Aztec land.
Goddamn, that sounds pretty fucking good right there.
All right.
They got them gold and shit in them Aztec land.
El Dorado.
Fucking A, you're right, doggy.
Obama's promoting a race war.
Burp on the air right there.
It's all right. I think he plays a race card every chance he gets.
So that them there Obama's a Mexican?
He's playing the race car?
No, he's black.
Oh, Jewy.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon he's going to get himself all shot up from playing the race card and
He
shit.
promotes a race war.
Oh, second page.
Why did you turn into Forrest Gump? It just totally took me out.
Second
I was struggling
page.
so hard to stay. I was really doing terribly.
Mama said
You guys were
when you
doing
get
so
done
good.
reading the first page that you should turn to the second page.
Second page.
I may not be a smart man, Matthew, but I know what the second page is.
Sorry, man. No, you're definitely way better than
I'm crying.
All right. I believe there's a real danger of civil war. The cultural divide between white Americans and Hispanics is much too wide. We have two totally different worldviews in the country right now. It's another quote.
See, that's the thing, is this country does not require you to have one world view on anything.
Correct.
Or even limit it to two.
Correct. Or to race.
Yeah.
Right? So who cares? There's a cultural divide. Fair enough. There's been that forever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When my Irish ancestors moved here, they weren't allowed to work anywhere because the Brits had moved in first. There was a big cultural divide.
Or even during the Civil War,
You
if
know,
you came over from Ireland, it was, hey, get off the boat, grab that rifle, go fight this war.
Right.
Well,
Right.
and the Irish were shat upon. In America's beginnings. I mean,
Right.
we just Gangs of New York, was that the name of the movie?
Yeah. Well, there's a few, but I mean, that was one. But for a lot of it, it was just like we just they came over wanting to do normal stuff, just be cobblers, or blacksmiths.
But then we brought
or
him
whatever.
Jameson, and it was like, you some good folk. You brought that Jameson over. You all right with us.
Tired of raising the potatoes.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, after a few generations, then it was like people are getting off the bus and they're like, "Hold on to your potatoes," because
There might be
jobs.
a famine.
There could be a blight upon those potatoes.
About potatoes.
I don't do Irish very good.
Yeah, well, I don't do Southern very good.
All right, keep going with the math.
Yeah, I mean, I could try to do it in like Brooklyn or something, but I can't do South.
Nah.
Yeah,
You can do normal voice, or I can just give you, I could try to find Munchkin voice.
So, the Lollipop Guild would probably not be any better.
No, it would be way better.
Would it?
Yeah, let's do helium
think?
for a second.
I'm trying to remember. I think it might be...
It was 72, wasn't it?
Was it 72?
I don't know. We're playing with new soundboard.
Yeah, Ryan's got a new spaceship that I'm never going to figure out how to use.
No, it's not that one.
It's not that one.
Test. Nope, not that one either.
No,
Sorry,
no.
everybody. I'll get to the next quote here in a minute. We just want to find
The Lollipop Guild.
Is
All
this
right,
the
there we go.
Lollipop Guild one? All right.
It's truly a remarkable thing to watch. Here's the unfiltered, bizarre xenophobia at the very heart of the anti-immigration movement.
Fucking Ryan's about to lose his shit over
These
here.
protesters don't know who these kids are, but they've heard scary stories about them, and they've begun to get them confused with every other group they fear and despise.
Despise. I'm fucking. I
you
have the
making fun of me?
headphones on. No, I'm listening to you fucking talking like the Lollipop Guild.
I got one more paragraph. Let me. How else to explain the bizarre leaps in logic? Islam has not been a part of this, and yet almost every person
You can leave it on that the whole time.
FPTV brought it up. Others mentioned homosexuality and racism. It's like a... All right, Dan, you're throwing me off.
I can't listen to the headphones.
I'll turn it off. Cause
No. Keep
Okay.
on.
I'll
I'll end up peeing myself over here.
All right, I've got to start over. How else to explain the bizarre leaps in logic? Islam has not been a part of this. And yet almost every person FPTV talked to brought it up. Others mentioned homosexuality and racism. It's like a melting pot of everything the right has worried about. It almost might explain why they feel so passionately about it and why it's so hard to convince them and these children should be protected. In their minds, it's literally no different than harboring terrorists.
You can't fucking. You put the headphones on with that voice, and your voice starts going up and up and up.
That's hard shit, man.
All right, you're back to normal now.
So, just so you know, for the last half of that paragraph, they put the headphones on me, so I heard my voice the way you guys heard me, and they thought it was funny as hell that I struggled to. Dude, that was really difficult to try to read through that.
Oh, yeah.
But I think I did it okay. So
The only problem is I have no clue what you read.
it doesn't matter.
Have you guys used that app? There's an app.
Oh, it's
shit.
the
I can't remember what it's called, but it's like if you
Voice Jammer.
It gives you voice jammer.
Yeah.
It gives you just a little bit of a delay,
Right.
so that when you're talking and listening in headphones, it sounds fucked up.
I can do that on here too.
You start messing up what you're trying to say. I tried using that with a couple people at a party, and I was like the one person who could actually get through whatever they were saying
Dude.
without fucking up.
My brother can do it.
Yeah,
Like, we did it at home once, and I was like, "Oh, you read that article
you're
just
superhuman.
fine." It's like I can't even read 2 words before I start messing up.
It was funny. A former board member tried doing it one night at a party while we were just fucking drinking and doing whatever, and put the headphones on and activated the voice jammer, and instantly it was
There's a whole bunch of videos on YouTube of people trying to demonstrate something while using a speech jammer. Like demonstrating on how to wash dishes and explaining all the steps, but they can't do it.
See, and I was the one person there at the party who could actually get through everything that I wanted to say, and I think it's because I don't fucking I don't even listen to what I have to say at all.
You know why you can. I'll tell you why you could do it.
Why?
It's because you weren't having you laugh at your ass while you were doing it. It's hard as shit when you look at Dan and he's fucking laughing his ass off at you while you're trying to figure.
I thought Ryan was gonna die. Did you see how fucking hunched over he was? Like trying not to laugh. It was pretty funny.
Oh, I should have just muted myself.
Yeah, but so for the last half of that, they put the headphones on me, and I had to listen to myself do it. It was hard, but
and your
you know,
voice kept kind of going up like
Kept
this
creeping higher and higher.
to match the pitch of what you were hearing.
Yeah, well, that seems like a natural sort of, but you know, whatever, it's all right. That was fun.
Oh my!
Good. This new box will be.
I like the new soundboard.
It'll be a fun little toy to mess with.
It's fun.
Yeah,
Gives
it
us
is.
more options.
All right. Yeah. Jesus, I gotta. How do I not know how to do I could do something.
You're gonna
so
have
good,
to
man.
go home
Jesus.
again, put on a woman's dress, stand in front of the mirror,
Okay.
and practice.
I'd fuck me.
The woman's dress is just for my mental image of you having to do this in front of the mirror, trying to talk Southern in a dress.
I don't want.
Didn't
looks
you score a
fucked up.
0?
I don't want that mental image.
No, it's
I thought you were a 0 on the.
or me
Kinsey
trying to get you
scale.
to do something funny.
Nice.
Well, I could beat you guys at a New York or a Boston.
True.
Well, sure,
Yeah.
but you've lived there.
Have
You have an
haven't-
unfair advantage.
Have you lived in Alabama? I haven't.
No.
Okay.
No,
So you guys beat me there. What's the story? You know what I mean?
I was in Texas
you were
for
struggling
8
tonight
months.
for some reason. You had a
yeah.
I
I don't know.
mental
I'm
block.
on the. I've been watching a lot of Bill Burr. You guys know Bill Burr from Boston?
Oh yeah, comedian.
Sounds familiar.
Love Billy Burr.
Yeah.
Billy Burr. Yeah. Every time like I talk to my aunt or whatever from back there, I always slip back into it, and it takes me a little while. I think it's the same thing with watching Billy.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I get into that like, go fuck yourself.
I start if I listen to too many Hitchens debates or speeches,
Oh yeah,
I start like
you
my
think-
mental
yeah.
like my mental voice
For sure.
starts sounding like him.
You can write like him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I get that for sure.
It's not a bad thing.
No,
No.
no, not with Hitchens. No.
So what have we learned tonight?
Okay, well,
Me and Matt tie in question. Not Matt, Dan.
yeah, you guys got 3 noodles each,
Yep.
I believe. Yeah, we got more games coming up next week.
Should be fun. We'll have Sarah
Yeah,
here.
some new games. We'll have
She's
Sarah.
a lot of fun, man.
She's
She
a lot
was
of fun.
Really, she was really great. On
She's
the
great. I
last, on
fucked
the last
it up.
time she was here.
Yeah, I'll get it
It's
right
a-
this next time.
yeah,
Don't worry.
Ryan will do it. It's a redemption episode for her.
Yeah.
We'll have some new games. I'll probably have some new. Like I'll probably get some more quotes so we could play these 2 games again.
Charity stuff. We're gonna work on a charity drive for some
Yep.
warm clothes and
Yeah, we'll do some
food
some
and money
charity. Yep.
for different organizations.
Yep. So please get a hold of us, godlessrebelution@gmail.com or Atheists of Utah.
And you can send those messages to Atheists of Utah either on Facebook, through our page, or through board@atheistsofutah.org is the email address that will be sent to all of the board members for Atheists of Utah.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't fuck around. You guys know you want to do it. You know, you've been waiting for somewhere to donate, just like us. Let's just get it done. Let's
Yeah.
just take care of it.
Yeah, you can also
Easy enough.
You can also, if you would prefer to not have your messages go to the board at atheistsofutah.org or to the Godless Rebelution, you can reach me personally at dellis@atheists.org. That's my shiny new email address from American Atheists as the regional director for Utah.
Yeah. How about that?
It's shiny.
Hot damn.
It's shiny new. Like I haven't gotten an email from anybody other than other people at American Atheists yet, which is it's kind of made me a little bit sad.
Wait, I'll get my phone right now, Dan, and I'll send you an email.
Okay,
All right.
Whatever. What other loose ends do we have to tie up? We got new games. We got the drive. We got how to contact us.
we got Sarah
We got
coming
Sarah
on next week.
Oh, Connie.
Yep, she'll be here in 2 weeks.
Connie's
The live
so
show in
live
Salt
show
Lake.
in 2 weeks.
So we'll have Sarah next week. Have some more games for you guys, and then the week following we'll have another live show where we will have a theist.
Yes, a theist who is fully supportive of our atheistic ways.
Right.
Which
No,
to me
she's
still
great.
seems a little bit weird, but Connie's awesome.
Yeah, so that'll be an interesting one. We'll have more games for that live episode. Just contact us. Questions, suggestions, recommendations, whatever you want to do. GodlessRebelution@gmail.com. Or find us on Facebook. Thanks for all your support.
And that's Rebelution at REBEL.
Right, Rebel
Lution.
with a B. B as in boy, not V as in Victor. Rebelution.
I guess I actually learned there's a band out there called Rebelution.
Yeah, there is.
So, like that band spells it.
Yeah, they're kind of an underground band, but
Yeah.
Nice.
yeah. All right. Well, I am the distinctly northeastern Matt.
And I am, damn it, Ellis.
Nice.
I remembered. I was worried a little bit there. Like I was trying. I was like, "Fuck, what was it again?"
Hanging on to it.
I guess I'm your soundboard operator, Ryan Motherfucking Duffy.
Yay! Thanks, everybody.
All right. Next week.
Bye.